Okay, well, when we last left everyone, you guys decided to go with Plan C, which was to make a half human, half demon hybrid. Uh, yeah, that was the thing you guys decided. And just before we get started, everybody can have their three experience from last time. You guys have definitely gotten all those check boxes easily. Plus, remember to take any failures you got from last time and make sure you added those. I did not check through for failures, so I'm just hoping you guys have been keeping track
Yeah.
of those.
We're gonna have to spend out of character. We're gonna have to spend some time leveling up our characters
It
at
depends
some
if, yeah,
point.
it depends if you guys want to be closer to the deadline because the Halloween dance will happen whether or not, you know, unless you want to train here again. I mean, you're here already, but
Hmm.
again, how much
I
time do you
mean,
want to spend at the resort, you know?
it completely depends on what happens today.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, considering what we're potentially going up against, and the fact that let me look, but I probably have like 2 or 3 dozen um, experience points if I'm not mistaken.
Remember that they
It
only convert us to 6 to 1 or something. It's like a six
Yeah,
to one
yeah,
ratio. Okay.
yeah, sure, but still, I mean that's I'm probably sitting at like 5 or 6 uh, experience
Right,
points
heroic
with
achievements, yeah.
heroic achievements, so I could buff myself. I could continue to fix some of my physical attributes, or go find other things that might, especially after this fight, after we see what kind of things this piece of him throws at us, it
Right.
Yeah.
then we'll be able to go, hey, we can do these things, and
Yep.
it will really protect us now against what he's really going to come at us with.
Yep.
All
I
right.
say this as I sit on my 19 experience points, and I didn't use all of them the last time.
Okay. Well,
I've been saying I
you'll
have a
have
lot.
yeah, you'll have that chance. At the end of whatever, if we decide to do another big leveling block, I will need to see everybody's character sheets again so I can adjust properly when
Yeah.
you're
Hmm.
done
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
them.
Of
Uh,
course, yeah,
all
totally.
right. I'm gonna reset the scene to where we are. He brought you back to the hotel. Sorry, the beach house, whichever way you want to call it. The place Eddie doesn't like. He doesn't like this place at all from last time he was here. But they remodeled this room to be more of like a temple scene. He's got like an altar out here. He's got the Inklings like putting candles down and like lighting them up and setting the mood as it were for the room. He just tells Claire to basically lay on the altar, and he gives her like a look like this is your last shot. If you wanna back out, that's just want to make sure.
We need this. I feel like we need to do this because if we've done this more than one time, we need to try to do something different this time.
He doesn't look. He doesn't disagree, right?
Yeah.
Anything you're sure that anything that he could do or he could do to make that guy pay for what he did, he'll do, and that might unnerve some of you as players. Is that like he's willing to give it a shot because like anything that he's willing to basically like who knows turn you inside out. So just to get back at this guy.
Hmm. Yeah, he wants us to survive this, but if he can see
Yeah, that's
Phidias
the problem.
destroyed by
He's a good
mutating
guy.
as whatever, he's like, you know what, you guys have died so many times.
I've seen you die like so many times already. But
It's
actually, he's
it's
never
gonna
seen
Probably.
you die. He's
well
always
again,
seen the
but
result.
he knows that we've died dozens and dozens of times or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever, that he it's like, okay, I don't really care anymore. I saw the most important person in my life
yeah.
perish, or they perished because of this, and everyone's going to perish because of this. So
You got. I think you guys got a pretty good mindset of his motive.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, the enemy of the enemy is my friend.
he's
mhm.
not an enemy to people. He's just an enemy to one particular being.
Yeah,
Who just
well,
happens to be the
we're
same
same
person.
enemy. Yeah,
Yeah.
same enemy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this
Uh,
guy is our friend, even though he's
Not a great
absolutely
person.
willing.
Yeah.
Well, he's absolutely willing to do, but again, we are going into this with the same mentality of
Okay.
we're ready to do whatever. Some of us may not come back from this. Claire is going to kind of be changed, but if we beat Phidias, then any of it's worth it.
Okay.
You know, because otherwise, if we fail, then our entire existence gets wiped out, and another group of us has to go up against Phidias, and they may not have the same
Because
options.
once the ritual's going, he really should not be interrupted. Like if someone in the group goes and decides they're like, "Oh, I really need to save them," he's going through this like, "I don't want you to go in. I don't want like I don't want you to interrupt me while I'm doing this."
Once we start,
Very dangerous and
we have to get to the end.
experimental. So, okay.
All right. Well,
Committing
I
fully.
feel much better about this with you guys near me. So.
Okay. It's crazy to think that the guy who's willing to burn information to someone's brain is giving you like, all right. Oh, and there's Alex.
Hello.
Hey, just in time.
That's hilarious.
He comes in running in with his pizza in his mouth like a anime Japanese schoolgirl in an anime.
Sorry guys, what I miss? Just picture. Welcome.
Hello there, friend.
He's
Safe.
probably safe. Yeah, he probably just. Like I said, I either picture him with like a piece of pizza in his mouth or sliding with the computer chair. You know. Welcome. We're just the only thing we've discussed is that this is extremely dangerous. Even Zanzibar's a little nervous, and also, if anyone wants to interrupt him, don't while he's doing the ritual. Interrupt him now, not during. And you have 3 experience. Whenever you're set up, I'm guessing you're setting up in the background.
Is there anything I can do to help myself before I go in? Mentally prepare myself.
Are you asking him, or you just thinking?
No, she's asking him. This is new territory.
You're just gonna have to have the resolve to see this through. What we're talking about, and again, I've discussed this with you, is you will be a completely different being. You are going to be made. You're on this table, and you put the stone table. You're going to be a completely different being than when you weren't on the table. You know what I'm saying? He's like looking at you. This is what you want, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's the case then. No time like the present. I'm ready.
Okay.
She gives a thumbs up to her friends.
Okay, he makes a motion like you guys should probably go to like the edges of the room and not be in the circle with this. He's not too sure if David should try to mentally communicate with them during the process. That's his own risk. He could take that as if he wants to or not.
Derek will keep
up
his connection.
Okay. Does he spread it to everyone else or just keep it to himself?
I'm going to open it up and allow everyone to tap in or not. And then I'm also going to put up. I'm also going to put up a shield. I'm going to stand pretty close to the area that he's saying, okay, go beyond this. I'm going to go beyond that, but I'm going to stand as close to the edge of that as I can and have a shield up so that I can be as physically close to Claire as I possibly can be and still as protected as I can be. And if anybody wants to stand behind me, to be behind that shield, they can be there.
Eddie transforms at this point, starts glowing, does like a runner position.
Yeah.
And builds up charge.
Yeah.
And then like that's how he builds up his charge. So then he's just like he's just standing. He's ready for anything.
Okay.
Yes.
That should be the pose you have right now.
And I'm gonna roll a one step ahead on that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, go roll on that. I'm ready for a situation. I don't know what it is yet.
Yep. But I've prepared in any way I possibly can. I've thought about the situation, and that's a good roll.
Okay, good. I believe that's like a +1 to the situation as it unfolds or something.
Yeah, so that's 13.
All right. That might actually be helpful later on, but we'll see how this all goes.
Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna double
Alex
check
just
that.
Popped out.
Oh no.
Hold on. It might be just a connection issue.
Yeah, that might be why we didn't hear him because he might
Yeah,
have had
every
a
ally gets an ongoing +1. So
Okay.
nice. Um, so we have a +1 ongoing against Phidias.
It's not
Would
against Phidias, it's against the situation because he's doing it like
no no
I
no
don't
no
know
no.
what.
I'm
Go ahead.
reminding you
Oh,
that I have a +1 hold against Phidias
again,
because of
personally,
something because
right?
some no,
No, no, I
but I
go ahead.
think it is for the whole group. I remember that being like it wasn't just for me; it was for all of us. I'd have to go back and listen to that
No,
portion.
you know what? I'll be generous and say yeah without really double checking it. +1
Yeah,
isn't gonna well, it might turn the tide, but we'll go with it.
yeah. Because I was trying to look to see if there was anything that I could do with Wish to kind of like like wish into her mind something, but I feel like
I
I
don't.
have
Do you
this,
want to
and so
mix the
we'll just
magical streams during an operation? Like I don't
no,
know.
and
This
that's
will
and
be
that's
the
and that's
time where you fail. That one
that's and
time
that's
that matters.
that's fine. And so I'm saying I'm not going to do that because I was just looking through my sheet and I'm like, oh wait, I have this, and so
Okay.
this is the thing that I'm giving to her. I've
In
already given it
Okay,
to
yeah.
us,
So Claire will have
but
a
it's
plus
there.
1 bonus during her encounters and things that are going to happen to her.
hmm
Okay.
and then the +1
yeah,
from
do they
Eddie as
stack? Is
well.
That's a question I have.
Eddie's bonus isn't versus what's going on with
Phidias,
Claire.
right?
It's versus the situation. So if stuff
Yeah.
happens on the outside, which it might,
hmm hmm
you you will have a bonus in that situation.
Guys, I
Right.
Okay.
promise I won't go crazy. And if I do, you guys will make the decision on what needs to happen. I
Well,
trust you guys,
we've
whatever
we've
that
done
may
as
be.
we've done as much buffing as we can in this moment to prepare, and we're just going to hope for the best and assume that everything's going to work out reasonably well, um, and not think about that until we have to think about that.
All right. And without further ado, since everyone's agreed and everyone's getting in like battle defensive positions, he will begin. Um, you've never actually seen him do like a high level spell. He's just about as weird as you think. You see the normal stuff where he starts lighting candles and enchanting something about things being unmade and then remade and unmade, and like he's naming gods that you have no idea who they are. He speaks in about 3 different languages throughout this whole thing, and then he like does a finger snap motion and
Ooh.
like lightning starts coming down from like
Ooh.
through the roof. Um, I don't know if anyone. I don't know if this is a fear check moment. You knew this was coming, so I'm not gonna make you do a fear check. He like starts gathering it in his hands, and then he shoots it basically at Claire, who then like becomes like an energy form of Claire. Like her body basically turns into like protons, like just in the shape of Claire. And he like reaches like a purple thing out of it, and he like starts like disassembling that, and then like spinning the Claire particles and the purple particles in the air, and then like trying to reassemble them. And that's where I'm going to cut to Claire.
All right. Oh, this is
Uh,
so. How is this out of body experience?
Well, first, um, you're still awake when this is. He didn't put you to sleep, so you're like watching from the table as a huge bolt of lightning basically comes down and unmakes you. It's not. There's no pain because you're simultaneously bursted into basically light. So you're turned into like a light form, um, and then you enter sort of like almost like a dream sequence in your like within your mind. And this is where we're gonna start today's session. Everybody else just sees him doing like there's swirls of what was Claire and swirls of this purple thing that he pulled out of it, and he's dancing them around in like like a spiral in the ceiling. Yeah, all right, that's pretty messed up. We're gonna go to what's going on in Claire's mind right now.
Quick
Yeah.
quick question.
Sure.
You're gonna talk about what's going on inside of her mind, especially because we can actually see
Oh,
what's
yeah.
going on.
Yep.
Okay, just
That's
want to
why-
make sure that
Luckily, because you decided to opt in, I don't have to take her to like a special like.
exactly the reason
like-
why I did it was so
Yeah.
to clarify all that nonsense.
Okay. By the way, you all, if you're connected to her mentally, you did see like the big flash of light, so you probably like had to like brace yourself for a second as you saw it like coming down. But anyway,
I still made the roll. I
Yeah.
made the roll. I got an 8
okay,
on that roll.
you're fine.
Well, actually 9 because
Okay.
of the plus. So it's I'm a little bit. I might be a little bit freaked out, but I'm also just nervous for Claire.
Okay. Let me know if the background music audio is either too loud or annoying. I will turn
Oh,
it
it's
down.
actually perfect on my end.
It's great.
Okay. Yeah, he
Yeah, exactly
apparently
the right volume.
has a thing about like classical music, and so this is a dance of energy, and he's having fun in his weird way. But it's the only way he can relax. So you know. Anyway, in your mind, oof. Okay, you're basically in a vast purple space. You've been to this space before with Derek, and a shape starts forming and stands in front of you. It looks like your sister, but your sister is wearing like a very nice suit, and it's just like, if you wanted to be a demon, I could have made you a demon. This isn't a good answer. This is. And he just looks at you like dumbfounded. It's like, you dragged me out, and you want to fight me in my domain? And she just gets like she gets really angry, and her eyes like turn bright purple.
That's the gist of it. Also, you had to choose my sister of all things. You think I have? That's really.
He always does that. Like last time he talked to Derek, he carried as Derek's mom, and it was Derek's mom the whole time during the conversation. So he is just like, oh, sorry, your sister is very angry and thinks that this is a poor mistake on your part, which of course they're about to show him one way or the other. So the first thing your sister does is she does this thing where she like phases in and out of the purple mist and like gets up really fucking close to you. So she vanishes from one cloud and moves and then does like really bad, like, you ever see that thing where you do like an after image? They're doing like she goes from across the room with an after image and is in your face. So you're gonna have to make a physical roll.
Oh.
Even though it's in your mind, you're basically doing a dodge.
1 second.
Yep. You dragged him out, kicking and screaming.
9.
All right. A big purple claw swishes past you, and then like an arc of purple energy goes past you, over your own shoulder. How would you like to respond to this? What is your plan? What is your play? She's right up in your face.
1 second. I'm looking at my abilities. Am I in my super form? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you are in your own mind. You would assume that in your own mind you knew you were going into a combat. So I assume you're in your whatever you feel your strongest form is. I'm not even gonna make you roll on that. You are what you think your peak performance is. That's what. I don't know where this is
Really,
going.
you got all up close to me, and you really think I wouldn't be prepared? I'm going to hex him.
I don't know why. I'm just gonna go with it.
You either think you can control me in my own mind.
This is classical music on random, my friends.
No, this works.
All right. So what is your play?
I'm gonna hex him.
All right.
Let me roll.
It's like
And
an
my-
elevator in hell.
That's
Where?
a 12.
You hexed him for 12. What is your effects for hex?
On a 12, hold 3.
Okay. Just describe what you want to do with those 3 hold, because I know there's different things you can do with them. While I figure out what the heck is wrong with my music app.
real quick. If you roll a 12, don't you get a power point?
Yes,
Oh.
you do. I've been
shit.
doing it. If
Okay.
you roll a 12, yes.
Yeah, you definitely want that right.
This is called
I'll take that.
optimistic energy.
Is this?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Alright, I'm going to. Alright, target is slowed,
What is
and clash actions against him is a +1. Does that stack? Or is that just. equal out?
No, yeah, that stacks up to a +3. So he's slowed.
Basically, I have my
mark that
mind
down.
purple energy wraps around him.
How dare you? You're basically using the space around him, which
Oh,
is his gag is that. So he's like, how dare you do this to me?
I dare. I am gonna inflict a negative condition on him. What's that?
Negative condition is like a debuff that basically like a stacking debuff. So basically like poison or paralysis or some sort of like thing that would basically it's not sleep or actually sorry, last time we did use sleep. You could try and sleep him, but I don't know if that will work.
I'm not going to assume that's gonna work. Can I want to do some tick damage on him.
Yep, you
At
can
the
do
very
that.
least. So basically, I'm gonna give him a splitting headache. That's basically gonna get worse over time. On top of that, I'm gonna cause. Actually, he's not gonna. As far as I know, he can't flee. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't. Can't
Yeah, I don't
flee.
think he can flee in this. This is like because you put him in an arena match. That's what you've done here. I assume that's what this is like. You're at a big open space.
All right, so that's not gonna do anything. Okay.
Well, you gave him a headache. He's already like kind of staggered because of the hex. So what do you want to do with that last? That you wanted to trap him? You could do something where you use like a thing to trap him. That's a condition,
I'm gonna trap him. If I can
Alright.
keep him immobilized, I
like
can.
vines or something.
Yeah, except for its purpley tendrils. Because I'm gonna. The last thing he's gonna see is gonna be me using his abilities against him.
All
I'm
right.
petty.
So he's trapped. He can't move his feet. He's got a splitting headache and he's debuffed. Let me see what his response is. I'm doing this as a 1-per-1 because he's not really. You feel like this is not him at his finest because he's been weakened and shoved in you for like a few days. So he's not doing his greatest here. Let's see. Okay, he can do that. I want you to make a check, and I want to see how I want to do this. All right, I have it here. Sorry.
So when I use PowerPoints, can I use it immediately? Or do I have to say it at the beginning?
You have to use it when you do the roll.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I just want to check on what I wrote for this ability. Because he's not going to try to do a physical ability, because obviously trying to slash at you is doing nothing. So, okay. You're going to have to do a mystical check. So,
That's fine.
it's one of your strongest abilities, so you'll probably pass?
And I have a +2 against him right now.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Alright, that
one
should be
from
fine.
one from the bonus from Derek, and one from the bonus you put on him.
So with a +2, that is a 10. Nope. No, 12 again.
God. All right, so he tries to like reach into your mind and extract something, like he's trying to like root around in there, but like you're like no, and you just push him out. So he's like kind of like still like caught in vines, but he's like, what the hell? All right, so what are you gonna do next to this guy? Because that was his action. He can't move much, but he's still not down. So you got to figure out what you want to how you're actually gonna take him down or not.
I mean, I'm trying to weaken him till I can just take his powers from him. So, I'm gonna keep doing that.
You're just gonna keep hexing him to death.
Looks at abilities. Yeah, actually, because
All right.
I don't think anything else is going to do anything.
So here's what we're gonna say: you can't stack more than 3 of a thing. So basically, you could do like 3 poison dots on him, and then it would be like, okay, he's poisoned as he's ever gonna be.
Okay.
So, all right.
That's fair. Or I can just damage him.
Yeah. Do you want to just do the damage as the hex? That's fine.
Yeah.
That works too. All right. So you can.
I'm gonna use a power. I'm gonna use a PowerPoint so I can make sure this works.
Sure. Absolutely.
So a PowerPoint is at a reroll. How does power work? I've never done this before.
The PowerPoint gives you just a straight bonus, as far as I can tell. I can re-look at it again just to be absolutely sure. But the PowerPoint should just give you basically like a +1 to the roll if you're using it this way.
So that's a +3.
In the quick guide, there's actually a thing on PowerPoints.
Oh,
Also, hello.
Nice.
Welcome back.
Hi.
I sorry, by the way, I completely forgot that we're playing
Yeah,
today,
no worries.
and
no
I
worries.
might need to drop off. Maybe not. I'm not sure.
All right.
Sorry, I just had a lot going on in my life.
No, I get you. There is
No,
a
right
lot
first.
going on. Yep.
Yeah. But I'll play for as much as I can.
All right, man. It's cool that you came, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry, I completely forgot.
Oh, it's all right. It happens, man. Right now it's gonna be a little bit anyway because this is right now. This is Claire's shining moments that
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
deal with.
Sorry. Yeah, in the quick guide, there's a whole section on how to use PowerPoints. Just wanted to chime in on that.
All
Oh,
right,
what
thanks
page would
for
that
letting us
be?
know.
Is that a
The quick guide, that's only 2 pages.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it post? I'm gonna have to read down. I'll ask for that later. It's probably somewhere on the Facebook page. But all right. So that's a +3. I'm guessing because I imagine that would stack if I'm using a resource. But I'm okay.
I'll
So
give it. Yeah, that sounds fine.
That's another 10.
Okay. So there's a 10. So okay. So that's fine. So that would be what, 2 or 3?
That's 2
resource.
because it's not
2.
a 12.
Okay.
So I'm
So
just
he's
gonna use
take.
the damage.
He's just gonna do 2 damage. All right.
Yes.
That mental thing did not work on you at all, so he's not gonna try that again. What's he got? What do you got, my friend? Obviously, this is all going on like really quickly, right? Like this is like his reaction, and he's doing his reaction. But because I have to really plan out his moves, because he's that guy.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time.
Okay, sounds good. We'll do this one. Okay, you're gonna have to make another physical roll.
Oh.
He can't move from his spot. I feel like he's rooted in your mind, but you are gonna have to make a dodge.
All right, so that's a 5.
That is not what you needed.
Nope.
He decides to go with a different approach. His eyes turn purple, and he shoots a purple ray basically through you and does 3 damage.
Oh.
Like he like kind of, for dramatic effect, I'm just gonna say he like doesn't cut the vines from his feet, but the vines near his like upper torso are starting to get loose because he's just basically beaming everything in front of him like Cyclops, like, and he's just sweeping.
She screams a little bit, but
Yeah, do we put a hole in you?
is there actually a hole in me? She's gonna look.
Yeah, there's like a steaming laser hole, but it's like obviously you're not like exploding. It's a colorized hole.
Now that wasn't nice. My turn.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna use another PowerPoint.
All right.
I want this to be over.
Yeah, well, you just got a laser shoved through you, so yeah, I would assume.
She's a little angry. She's gonna hex again.
All right, I am tracking his health, and I do know where he's at. All right, so go ahead. By the way, you guys are all getting the play-by-play because you're going through Derek's mind, so you're getting to watch, like, basically she just got shot through with a laser. So, yeah.
10.
Okay, that's 2 more damage, right? I
Yes.
assume that's what we're going with?
Yes.
Okay, and then I assume he has the headache to deal with. I know where he's at now. Okay. Damn, it just makes more sense to continue what you're trying to do. Yeah, make a physical roll. Fight me on my domain, steal my power. Bzzz. Start shooting lasers everywhere. 9?
Yes.
Okay, you dramatically roll as a laser beam kind of like passes by you. The best way to explain it is, it seems like if, like, okay, you might have an eye beam that shoots out like a short distance, right? His actually shoots past you. Like, what I mean is, like, to, like, past the point of your view. Like, it goes into the clouds that way. So it's like, oh, this is a far-reaching weapon. Just to give you a heads up in case you ever see it again.
Yep. That's an interesting ability of yours. Think it's gonna work. It's too bad you won't be able to use it again.
Alright, so you're gonna keep just doing what you're doing? Knocking him down?
How does he look? Does he look like
he's not taking damage? I know in my head what he's at. He feels like he's winded. Not down, winded. I'll give him that.
Okay.
The problem is between struggling, being sickened, and like using basically his ability to shoot at you, he's weakening himself because he's basically just blasting energy everywhere in a fit of anger. Basically, he's not thinking this through. He's just purely mad right now.
I'm going to use a 12. 2 of them are going to be for a +3 for stacking damage as I try to give even more bigger splitting headache, and my last one being damage again. Why won't you just stay down?
Why don't you just die? This picture is screaming. He is like, looks like he's about to keel over after the next. If you do another batch of what you just did to him, he'll probably keel over. He's got to think of something fast. What can I do? What can I do? Oh, I'm so dumb. You say that, why don't you just die? And then he like starts to like waver, like he's gonna go turn back into smoke again. So I'm gonna make a quick. Okay, Claire, I need you to make a magical roll. Okay, a mystical roll, versus him. What it looks like he's trying to do is he's gonna deconstruct himself back into energy and try to escape.
Oh, no, fuck that.
Well,
That's
it
a
made no
PowerPoint.
sense to him.
No. You don't just escape. You don't leave here.
Yeah, that's why you're gonna make a
You
roll.
lose today. I use a PowerPoint.
Okay.
With a 13.
You're like, no, you're staying put. Okay, so here's what I picture happens in sort of like anime time, right? He's like trying to condense himself down and escape from the vines, and you're like, no, and you just like grab him. He's like, and I will let you do your combat because he is surprised. He tried to get away, and you're like, he's hoping it helps.
I'm going to I put up my finger, kind of mimicking out his laser beam.
Yeah.
Like coalesces at my finger.
Okay.
Like
Just gonna
as
roll.
I
Actually,
I'm gonna roll.
So I said originally, early on in the game, that people could use their magic attack, like a base magical attack, as long as you just rolled your mystical. Basically, it's like basically just pointing your energy at someone and firing. So this is a legitimate move. So go ahead and roll your mystical.
I'm gonna stare. I'm like, this ends today. And I threw my dice off at the table. 1 second. I gotta roll something.
This really ends now.
Give me a second. Where did it go?
It was so intense, the dice went away.
Nine.
Okay. Well, he's already has so many minuses that even if I said it was a negative, it wouldn't matter. So he's being held up, and you're like, ends now, and he dissipates into like a purplish mist. But you know that you've soundly defeated him. So then the image starts to fade away into darkness again, and we're gonna go to the next segment. Don't worry, we still.
Is
got
he gone? No, she's
No,
like,
you've definitely defeated his consciousness. That is defeated. Okay. So next up, you're in your living room all of a sudden, and you're like sitting at like breakfast table, and like your mom sits down and is having breakfast with you, and she's like, but what about your human life? As if you had been discussing this with her. It's like, what about all your dreams? You're gonna throw that all away?
my dreams?
Yeah, don't you have aspirations as a person to live your life? I know you're not like your sister with the cheer squad, but don't you have things that you want to live for? As a human?
Claire thinks of her friends. She thinks of her life. She thinks of all the things she's been interested. She loves her family. And she loves her friends. And she thinks about the things that she always wanted to be different. She always wanted to have cool powers, to discover supernatural things. I think I can, and she realizes, opens her eyes, like, I think I can still achieve my dreams doing this. That's
Okay.
not me loving you guys isn't gonna change anything.
Okay. So you say that, and she kind of like vanishes out, and then the next kind of figure, it's like ghosts of Christmas past. If one fades in, one fades out, and next it's your sister, and she's sitting there. But what about us? You're gonna leave us behind? Your family, everything?
Just not. I'm still gonna be here. I'll just be different shaped. I mean, family is where the heart is, isn't it not? I still love you, and you'll still love me.
You're right, sis. And then she kind of just vanishes away. The next, you've already answered the future one, and so that fades away. And then the last thing that happens is it seems like you're on solid ground, like in maybe a cavern or something, and you hear an overwhelmingly strong female voice come from behind you. As my kin, you must accept and encourage one flaw within yourself. Demons gain their strength from people's flaws, and so it becomes a part of you. Which flaw do you choose?
What? She considers. Out of character, do I get a list, or do you want me to just choose one?
You can just it's not a list question. It's a theoretical question. What flaw of Claire's would you like to basically be the center of your being? Basically, the way I'm describing demons is, since they draw power from a flaw, they are also flawed. If you're a demon of pride, then the problem is you're also prideful. So it's something like that. What flaw would you characterize your new form as having?
Her thirst for knowledge and power.
Okay.
She always wants to learn more, no matter what.
Okay. Knowledge. You have a thirst for knowledge. A flaw to dig deeper. You don't know what her name is, but the only thing you can call her is mother. But you have a mother, but she's another mother, your second mom? I don't know. It's an interesting situation.
I can have two moms. This works out. This is fine. Dad's not gonna worry.
For people from last games, you might actually know mother, but that's a whole different side story.
Out of character? Oh shit! Out of character. Sorry, I'll gush about that later.
Yeah, it's that mother. And she just you just feel her nod in approval, and then you never get to see her face. You just feel her presence, and she just disappears. Okay, people on the outside. You just see the big swirl of energy, and he's mixing the purple and the white together, and he's blending them into a new Claire shape. At one point, though, a screaming spirit exits Claire's form and kind of exits into the room. What do you guys want to do about that?
I turn towards Zanzibar. Does he look concerned?
She just basically makes a figure if you want to kill that, that's all you. I'm busy.
All right.
Wait, so it's a purple shape.
It's basically what would be you could feel it's his consciousness. You've come in contact with him enough.
Okay.
They basically he's expelled. She's in her new recreation has expelled his consciousness, but it still has enough power to exist.
Okay.
All right. Can I roll and I know what you did to learn more about this?
Sure.
Because we've talked about this and described this being a number of times.
Right.
All right.
Phineas's mind has exited her and now is floating around the room.
Yeah, now it's a separate entity and we can talk about it. I don't know if that's going to matter though. It's 7.
Wouldn't it be an 8 because of?
Yeah. It would be an 8.
Yeah, there you go. See, there's that bonus. It was going to come back to us.
It would be an 8.
All right.
And that is page 20.
Okay.
Check here.
Like a proper spell cast.
Oh yeah, you keep tabs on everyone, foes and friends alike. You can roll plus mental to see if you have notes on any individual. So basically, 7 into 9, the GM will tell you something interesting. It's up to me to make it useful.
7 to 9 will tell you something interesting and make it useful. Okay. Oh man. Give me a second. Who's encountering something new? Okay. Sure. The logic dictates if this is a part of his consciousness, it doesn't have any power right now. His power has been separated from his consciousness. There are two... Your logical mind dictates there are two things that you could do at this point. one, you could just straight up use magic and just blur, delete whatever's left of his consciousness into Aether. Or B, something funnier, collect his consciousness into a talisman or something, and then you have a Phineas talisman. Though it might still have some of the same effects with Claire would have had, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not sure if Phineas get in contact with it, would do the same problem. It's up to
I
you.
think Claire would want us to destroy it.
Sounds good. If everyone just basically says we're going to just open fire on it, I'm perfectly okay
so-
with the decision.
Yeah, do we roll into combat here, I guess?
Here's the problem. I would say yes, except there's a big protective circle that he's doing his ritual in his domain, and you guys are all basically standing at the end, firing pop shots at him. So it's basically just going to be an instant kill. It's just dramatic, fire in this.
All right. I
It's
raise
just a
my arms
decision.
up
and
and
just lightning.
and like store up to charge and just boom, this like flash of lightning, like force lightning at this
All right. Anybody else want to contribute
Entity.
to blowing up what's left of Phineas? That's up to you guys. I just
Yes.
Okay.
I will definitely shoot a
It just wouldn't
whatever.
be fair to make a roll at this point. He's like in a trapped bottle. Like, where's he gonna go?
Yeah. Well, I was honestly until Eddie did, and I assume transmitted what they thought.
Yeah.
I was actually going to try to see if I could use my shield to like throw my shield up around the thing and encapsulate it in the shield so that we could actually have its essence. And then ask Claire, hey, do you want to destroy this thing, or do you want to keep it and see what we can use it for? But if we're going to just destroy it, then I'm just going to hit it with whatever thing I've got. Where is it here? I think it's beam. Magical beam.
Yeah, okay.
Magic
So,
beam.
electricity, a magical beam. Anybody else contributing? Claire can't because she's all over the place at the moment. Alex, you want to do anything, or are you just going to watch the spectacle unfold?
I'll just watch.
Okay, that's fine. Basically, his consciousness explodes because it's basically dissipated to the point of he can't have a consciousness. It's shattered, and then it's just let loose. The glowing new purple white form basically is lowered onto the table, and because Cat, what are you doing? Excuse me. He was getting in my way. Anyway, because of what's happening, she's going to reemerge. Because we have this is a slightly censored version. She'll come back with all the clothing and, of course, all that stuff. That'll be reassembled and put on them. And then her new form will arrive, and he'll put his hands down, and he'll be exhausted because this was still a kind of a marvel / miracle to do. And he'll kind of get into a kneeling position. Claire, would you like to introduce what your new form looks like to the fine people? Claire. Oh, she's probably looking at her notes.
Okay, while she's doing that, Alex, I sent you a message in the chat about something else. So if you get a chance to look at that, let me know what you think.
In the Zoom chat?
Yeah, in the Zoom chat, yeah. Yeah, go for it, Claire.
All right, sorry, I was starting to talk and I realized I muted myself.
Oh,
just
yeah, it
So-
happens.
What you see is it looks like Claire, very Claire shaped, and she has Claire's face, but she does look very different. Definitely doesn't look like a normal human. She has long black hair. She has a light grayish purplish tint skin color, golden eyes. Her fingers come to ended in black, sharp nail, kind of claw-like. She definitely the most thing you do notice the most is that she definitely has some inhuman features, slightly pointed ears. She has two. You see two sets of horns coming out of her head. One kind of poking through to the top of her forehead, and the other one kind of curling around that kind of look like spider mandible kind of mandibles. She seems. You see a kind of like a double tail kind of flicking behind her. So think of a tiefling. I'll have a drawing later.
I can definitely get behind that.
Okay. Do you even... Okay, you understand that you have Claire's memories, but you aren't necessarily Claire anymore. Do you want to be called Claire? You can. That's fine, but like, fundamentally, you had to be basically taken apart, bit atom by atom, and reassembled. So you are something completely different at this point. That is up to you, if you want to keep your same name or rename yourself or something.
She'll be called Claire for now, but she will have another name. Wait, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get you.
Oh.
Okay.
She's gonna think on it, but for now, sure. Being called Claire by her friends is probably the easiest.
Zanzibar looks up because if he was exhausted at the time, it just has this look of like, hey, all right, it worked. He does this thing. He raises his hands up. I mean, I knew it would. Yes.
Can I ask? Is this? And we don't necessarily need to. Like, our characters don't necessarily need to know this. But is this Claire's permanent form, or is this her magical form?
I believe before we started this, I asked if she would be fundamentally changed.
No.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
this is permanent.
Yeah.
I'm curious
But
to see what happens
the-
when she puts her magical form on.
And that was my next question. Is there still a magical form? So that was actually my follow-up question, because I kind of assumed that this was like you're gonna have to hide in the shadows. Like, you can't really go home now. But
He explained that also.
yeah, no. And I'm understanding that, but I'm just
Okay.
reiterating it for my own.
Yeah.
But when she transforms, she will be even something more grand than she is now.
I would assume she would have the same features as before, but also more.
Yeah, yeah.
That's extra.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
You see that she's looking at her hands like she's looking at herself for the first time, kind of testing her clawed hand out, looking around. It's like, huh, this looks kind of badass.
Eddie will just be like, wow. Just, that was stunning.
You really think so?
I do. I think Eddie will blush a little bit. Just like, wow.
You go to apps.
Yeah, you guys can call me Claire. I'm still Claire, kinda. But all the parts you guys are still my beloved friends. Thank you.
I'm not really concerned with what you want to be called. I just want to know if I can still hug you.
She goes over and just gives him a hug.
Cool. And
Not
he gives you a hug. He just embraces you right back, and he doesn't even say it. You can just tell he's just relieved that you're okay, that you're good. And that's all that matters to him.
I can't believe this crazy plan worked. I honestly thought something was really gonna go wrong. I couldn't have done this without you guys all of your support. There's some of those times I was a little worried, but you guys were there with me.
It was awesome to watch.
Wait, you guys were watching?
Yeah.
Probably they laser beamed you through the chest.
Well, we wanted to be as prepared for if something went wrong right now, but also assuming that things were going to go well, know some of his tricks in battle for when we have to fight him ourselves. I mean, that just felt like the most beneficial use
Makes
of
sense.
this moment.
I would have
Also,
done the same for you.
Mhm.
We destroyed his consciousness, sir. I took the initiative there. I
Oh,
hope
wait.
you don't mind.
What do you mean? I didn't kill him. I thought I killed him.
You
Oh,
killed him, but
You
his...
killed him. He just sort of went out a little bit and was trapped in the bubble.
It was his last fleeting moment. It was like squishing a bug. There was nothing.
Yeah, there's
There's
nothing
really
left
nothing
now.
left to him in that moment. We just wanted to make sure to finish it off entirely so that it didn't escape.
Yeah, it's done. It's done now.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. I mean, basically, you loosened the jar and we got to turn the lid.
Well, I'm glad you guys had the raid spray ready for him.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for
I
leaving
think-
us
Sure
something.
did.
Oh,
Like
I beg.
Eddie taps his vest, like yes.
Zanzibar will like do like a knuckle crack and be like, well, that did feel pleasant because you can hear his consciousness kind of like poof out next to him. He's like, ah, yes, that was deeply amusing, and he cracks his knuckles.
I'm glad.
Uh,
Thank
That
you
must
for
have been enjoyable for you, Zanzibar, huh?
How do you feel though? Do you feel like humans do? There's so much I'd want
Humans
to
do?
learn.
I don't think I feel like I definitely feel very different. I wouldn't say definitely. It's really we're gonna have to talk later. It's really hard to explain. I'm gonna have to. I maybe over to
I
you.
wonder which demonic traits you got. I'm very, very interested in all that.
Hmm.
Not
That's-
not so much that in the application of them, but the interest of which ones carried over. I see. I only assembled you. I do not know the extent of your power. So he's a guy who's always interested in things, and this is the most interesting thing at the table.
I think Eddie will go over to Zanzibar, like put his arms around
Yeah,
Zanzibar,
okay.
like and be like, maybe later, maybe later.
Yeah, it'd
So
be
many
very.
questions. This is so many.
Um,
Can she
I-
even be outside in the sun? Does that even work?
All in
Um,
good time.
Actually, that's a good question. Can I be a ghost?
Who
Oh, sorry.
knows?
um, I assume that I'm still connected to Claire,
Yes.
obviously to everybody, but I would kind of, do I get a sense of the, I mean, obviously physically I can see the difference, but is there a sense that comes through of her deeper differences?
I would assume her thoughts, being the way that she chose with her theoretical question, would be very organized. Like before, you would go in and be like a normal, sort of like a more normal person's mind. Now it's like entering a library, and there's lots of books, and like things are very organized. Okay, if that gives you an idea.
Yeah, sure, that helps.
Okay,
Hey.
well.
We're definitely gonna have to go. I need to know the extent of what I can do and what I can do with in this body now.
Well, I mean, we're here. We're in the training space. So I mean, we can mess around here, or we can. I don't know if we have any villains we can go and try to thwart. But we can. You can. Heck, we can just spar if you want.
Be
You can kick me around a little bit. I'm down.
gonna kick you that
No,
hard.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like let's see what we can handle of you and see what you can put out.
There's the cat, by the way.
And
Oh,
see how it goes.
you had one.
Oh, you
What was
alright?
that? I heard someone said something.
And it was Alex talking to somebody else.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Like, that's probably the best idea. What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, I mean,
If you wish to train here, I can simply set up a place for you to do so. He will kind of like do a motion, and like you guys had to like think about like what you had to do with the world. He kind of like separated the room, and there's a reed under your feet now. And he'll like get like a nice little chair, and he'll sit in it. This is what happens when the person who actually runs the domain is in the domain and not just watching from the outside.
a lot more fluid.
It looks a lot like he literally split the scene like you would like a movie film, and then went like this, and then it's like, okay, there's a flat arena like a DBZ square, right? Like the big like flat arena, and he's just sort of sitting in a chair. By all means, Drinks.
Entertain
Drinks. Look at Inkling walks over.
All right. Cracks her knuckles. All right, I'm ready. Let's see what I can do.
Yeah.
I
Who are you fighting? Are you fighting?
I
Like,
don't
you
know.
fighting Derek?
Whoever comes into the arena first.
Yeah, I'm definitely jumping in.
Okay.
Anyone else?
2-on-1.
I mean,
This is for
honestly,
fun. We're doing this for fun.
that might make
Yeah.
it more fair considering your powers, but
I don't
mean,
know
we
what I
can,
can do. So
yeah, we can
this
take
is
it
this is
slow.
gonna be I guess consider me a newborn infant.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I have this. I guess today's my birthday. Can I have
Okay.
2 birthdays?
Nick.
I
who-
instantly
No, I was just gonna say, Nick. Like, as you guys are getting ready to go into that mode, you see him like off the sides, like making patches of like he can heal you with his hands, but he looks like he's just making like salves and things, and just making like healing stuff in advance because he knows you guys are gonna screw each other up. So he's like, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, working in the background.
It's October 16th, 17th.
It is. You're gonna make me look at the date. Let's
Oh, I
see.
mean it's Claire's birthday now, so or Claire or whoever.
Oh right, yeah.
Wherever
I
your name
will. I
will
will.
end
I
up
will
being.
get the date. It is definitely like late October, but it is like you're right, like the 17th, the 18th, somewhere around there.
And her birthday being in the spooky month is perfectly fine.
Yeah, very close to Halloween. Not foreshadowing at all.
Not
No, of course
foreshadowing at
not.
all. Well, you guys, the deadline is the Halloween dance apparently, so that is you are coming up on it. It's just still pretty. It's like a week or two away.
Mhm.
Anyway.
All right. So let's do this.
So, all right. So, here's the thing. I have described to you kind of what your powers are. So, I mean, in the template I sent you, out of character, of course.
Yes.
And those, Billy, that won't. Some of these don't apply to a combat like that. However, do you let her hit you? Is what I'm asking. Because if Claire, well, all right, we'll do it as player versus player, okay? So we'll go Claire. We'll go down the line like a regular combat. Claire can make. Are you gonna make physical attacks just to see what those are like?
Yeah, she wants to. She's gonna explore. She's gonna try everything.
Sure.
So we're
Physical
gonna do
attack on somebody. Who you attacking?
who's closest?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, which you guys want to get up close? I guess Eddie. Derek?
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm fast. I can get up close, jump away.
Derek would he's already got a shield up, so he's just gonna stand there and be like, all right, I've got my shield up to protect
Okay.
myself.
Oh, he had the shield then. He has a shield.
Yep. And I got
Yeah.
the static barrier.
Okay.
Because it's your birthday, I don't know if I need to roll for it, but I think I can just kind of manifest things in this space. I'm definitely going to manifest a giant, probably inappropriately shaped birthday cake that has like a demonic look to
Why?
it. I mean, if you want me to go into detail,
No,
but
I'm sure.
there's definitely like a long like
Oh
forked
my.
tail and like some horns.
Hey,
But,
she's gonna
you know.
appreciate it either way.
Hey, buddy, that's
A cake for me? How thoughtful. I go and I punch you.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So make your physical roll, Claire.
All right. Physical roll.
You're-
7.
Okay. But on the bright side, he was literally just standing there putting his shield up, so it wasn't like a whiff. You still hit somewhere over there. You notice that you go and you move your hand at him, and because you're actually trying to hit him, you notice your nails grow out about this far, and then like you claw into his like shield a bit, and you pull your hand back.
Oh, that's so cool.
Ah, they retract. Interesting.
so she's like Wolverine.
They look like nails, like actual nails, but they just get sharper and a little bit longer.
But it's a little bit like, so actually it would probably be like that one D&D cantrip that I can't think of right now, but you know what I'm talking about, where like
Yeah.
Yeah. So
She inherited his claws. Interesting, but not all the way, of course, but just her nails.
um, and Derek's going to look at you and go, okay, that's something that you can give out. Do you want to see what you can take?
Yeah. I stand there,
And
I kind of brace myself.
Okay.
and Derek is going to what have I got here? Telepathy. I'm going to hit you with magic beam because that's like one of my main attacks. If I hit you with it, then I could theoretically follow it up with the vampiric touch, but we'll see how that goes. So you want me to roll
Yeah, roll
to attack?
magical. It's still doing an attack. Yeah.
She's gonna try to take it. She's not dodging it.
You might get a
so.
bonus, obviously, but just roll it. Don't like fail miserably, or else it'll be funny.
Yeah, yeah. So I rolled a 6, but that's still an 8 because it's magical.
Okay. The beam hits them, and she has to think about getting hit with beads. So this time, a hole, there is like a hole, right? But then like the
Mhm.
hole kind of fills up with like mist, blood mist kind of stuff, and it doesn't look like it's got like instant regeneration. It's not like, it'll fill up. It just looks like slow, really like kind of like slow regeneration. Like if you
Mhm.
left them alone long enough, it'd probably heal back up on its own.
It would only be unless there's some kind of a armor or shield. It would
Yeah,
only be 2 points of damage anyway.
right.
Um, and
Remember that in Glitter Hearts, 2 points of damage is actually a fair amount of damage. Most
oh yeah,
characters have like
it's
12, 13 health total.
yeah. I mean,
Tops.
Yeah,
I think I've only got 10, so
Yeah,
it's like 20%.
yeah.
So it's
Claire has 11, so that 3 was actually a lot.
Yeah, that's why he was trying to fight back, and so if he had hit you twice, that's 6 damage. He would have substantially wounded you.
Yes.
So
Oh,
anyway,
what?
go
I
ahead.
apologize, real quick. What actually affects your hit points? Is it strength?
Yeah, let's see. I have to look at the formula.
Because I used to have a -1 physical. Sorry, I used to
I'm
have a
looking.
-1 physical,
Let's
which I
see.
assume would be what would.
Basic moves, character generation, creating characters. I do have all these things tabbed for reasons.
Mhm.
Let's see. Character creation example. Loading. Identity. Okay. Since HP is based off of your physical ranking, okay, so it's 10. If you have a minus physical, your HP is 9. If you have plus physical, it goes up from 10. So
Okay.
whatever, right?
Okay. So because I had a negative, and for some reason maybe I did it wrong. I had a 10. I've had a 10 this whole
If
time, so I'm at 0 right now.
so,
So
you have
probably
10,
the
10
10 would
total.
probably be right. Okay, just wanted to.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that when I did
So
it.
yeah,
So
no.
but
If anyone adjusts their physical ranking, know that every point above 0 brings your HP 1. So you can only have a
Okay.
maximum of 13. Yeah, 13 health. Like I was thinking, 13 health is
Mhm.
basically like your top of the game.
yeah,
Which
yeah.
which is crazy to think because that's in your hero form. In your human form, you take even more damage because like if somebody hits you when you're not have your shield up, it's real bad. But anyway,
Basically, you would like double the damage. So like
something like that.
if I hit a regular human with my beam attack, it wouldn't do
You would
2.
blow them up. Like
It would do
people
4.
people take 1 to 2 harm
Hmm.
tops.
Hmm.
Normal
Hmm.
people. Heroes get like 13 health, 10 health. So
Yeah,
like
of course.
everyday objects would be if you guys actually went bad and started attacking the town, it'd be terrible. Just
Yeah, yeah.
FYI.
Yay.
Like buildings probably only have like a strength capacity of like 3, right? You can just like start
Let's not have
wrecking house.
anyone enchant us, or
Wrecking house.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't think that my vampiric touch is gonna do anything. Like it doesn't. I don't think the vampiric touch actually.
they're half human. It probably will.
Mhm.
Like it's still a creature. You used it on non-humans before.
Well,
So
the vampiric touch really, again, it's really more. it's a demonic heal. So it doesn't do any additional. I don't think it says anything about additional
Oh, right, no, it
damage
doesn't do
that's
additional
done.
damage. It heals you.
It just heals me.
Right.
But if I were hurt, then I could potentially try it and see how she responds to
So,
uh
right.
that.
So, based on the confrontation you've just had, not the short confrontation you had,
Hmm?
it seems like they do heal. They have some demonic regeneration, much like Phidias would, except
Hmm?
that it is much slower. In an actual combat, you'd be way dead before, or in a bad way before that regeneration would really kick in. It's more like an extra, right? Like
Hmm?
if you were downed, then if you were left alone for a while, you might be able to come back.
Hmm?
It's
Hmm?
not. I wouldn't rely on it for regenerative value. You know,
As far as her,
right?
as far as
It's
she is
not
concerned.
that rapid. You
It's
know,
like it's like you're gonna get one hit point back like every 10 rounds or something, or every 5 rounds, or slower than that.
it's still incredibly better than human. Like it's better
Hmm?
than human, but like it's still not like Phidias level or whatever he might be.
Hmm? Hmm? Yeah, sure. There's one other attack. I have to look at the reading on it. But I could also try using my um, bellowing roar. Although I think that mostly just works on minions.
I don't think you can
Uh,
scare off a PC with bellowing roar. Like no, it just doesn't seem like it would work.
All right, Eddie will be like, okay, let's
Anytime.
see how you handle elemental damage. And before you can blink, Eddie is there,
Yeah.
touches you, static barrier clash. We can roll.
So you're using basically a light-based attack, correct? Because you're doing electricity. It's basically flashing. You're
Yeah,
flashing.
lightning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go
basically
ahead.
touching,
Roll
and
your
there's this
yeah.
static rolling off.
What's the normal damage on that? Out of curiosity.
I think it's just one,
Okay. She takes
but then
one.
like obviously plus to the clash.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, you still have to roll that though, right? Just to make sure
Yes.
you don't have to fail. Okay. Do that first, and then we'll go into how that would affect.
All right, and then just the clashes. I don't roll this very often, but let's see here.
Clash
Is plus one, and that's so that's a
Yep.
9. No, wait, hold on. That's a 10.
Okay. So you could choose one extra effect. Do you want to just inflict more harm? Suffer less harm? Force the
Uh, I,
do more harm. Yeah, you're a safe space, right?
I guess just suffer less harm.
Okay, sure. You're
I
gonna eat that. Okay. So what you do is you do what you normally do, and you expect the damage to be one. But you notice that when you hit her with the lightning, she kind of pushed herself back from it. Like she kind of recoiled a little bit from like high intensity light being shot at her.
Ah,
Winces.
Like it's not like she's under the sun and her skin's gonna burn, but it's more like it did extra damage.
yep. And then Eddie, like within the blink of an eye, all this happens because Eddie does that, touches, and then disappears to the other end of the arena.
Just disappears. Oh, all right. Oh, yes, you get demonic weaknesses as well. Hmm. Well, now you know. She said, "Can't make an omelet." Um. All right. Let me try one thing on my own, if you don't mind. The Zanzibar.
Go for it.
He'll raise his hands up, and then it was like noon, and now it's night, like a dark, like almost no light. Claire, you look out onto the arena, and you can see perfectly fine. You see where all the people are. You see where Derek and Eddie is. You can see everyone else
Is
is
it
like
grayscale or is it just normal vision?
like I said, it's dark sight. So you see them in the dark. Like it's almost low. Like for them, it's low light. Like they can see your shape, and while you look out, you know where they are.
Her eyes are yellow and glowy.
Oh, neat.
And we can't see her,
You
or
can
we can
see her outline. You know where she is
can we
generally,
see her yellow
but
eyes.
you definitely see her seeing you.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
Eddie literally
Uh,
says that. Whoa.
Like our So
that interesting.
would our attacks be at disadvantage in this regard,
You're
or
basically
just
like almost blind fighting with her. Yeah,
yeah,
probably. It'd be
yeah,
at least a
yeah,
-1 or 2 in this.
mm-hmm, yeah,
Yes.
Two
that
if she
makes
was
sense.
moving around and being stealthy. One if you're just trying to find where she is.
Okay.
We
Um,
actually might have to practice do guys with blind fighting at some point, especially if Phineas can. If I can see in the dark, there's no world where he isn't going to use this against us.
Good
mhm,
point.
yeah.
So
Um, yeah. I mean, that's something that we can work on for a little while now. I mean, maybe that's something that we could, at least one of us could develop the ability um, to to see beyond. Let me ask this: if I tap into her mind, can I see myself in Eddie
yes,
through
you
her
can
eyes?
use Claire as an outside camera, a night division camera. Yes, you can.
Okay,
That
okay,
sounds a little disorienting, but maybe you can
It
learn to use
is.
it.
It is, and but you can. I did. It's.
okay.
I do not deny something that is possible. I just tell you that you can.
Well, so I'm just wondering if what would the negative be if we're fighting blind normally, and what would the negative
You would
be?
basically balance out your negative, right? You'd
Okay, okay.
basically be like you wouldn't get a bonus from it because you still have to have the disorienting effect of viewing your own fight from someone else's viewpoint angle. Like
Hmm, hmm.
because you're viewing it, you're remote viewing your own fight, which
Yeah, you
has
still have to
advantages and disadvantages. You triangulate your own
triangulate your
self.
attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, they're there, I'm here, and the thing I want to
There's
hit
no negative for the
is that.
darkness, but there is definitely a negative for like dealing with that. So
Yeah,
you, like I
sure.
said, balances. There's no up or down on that because of all the
Uh-huh.
weirdness involved.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. So if we don't, I don't even know if there is a blind fighting ability. There's so many abilities in this game,
Mm.
but so if 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 there is a blind fighting ability, we would this and the blind fighting ability would basically be the same thing. So we might as well just go with that
Okay.
because blind fighting we're not going to get a plus anyway.
Hmm.
So
Let's see. This would probably only apply to Claire, and she would think of it. I want you, Claire, to make a mental roll and 2d6. And I think
All
that'll
right.
be the last big roll for Claire, and then we'll move things along. But anyway, go ahead, roll 2d6 in mental, please.
All right. 11.
Okay. Phidias was someone who could trap you in his own dream. He would move you. You went to his realm, and he tried to trap you there, and you got away. Um, you assume that if you entered a dream state, you would have different results than when you were a human. You don't know what those results would be because you haven't tried it. But since you seem to have inherited his vision, as it were, I wonder how that would play out. That would cross your mind.
That's something to experiment in the very near future.
hmm,
I don't know.
yeah.
But it is a thing to experiment with when you have the time, probably.
Yes.
Okay,
Hmm,
and
hmm.
I don't know how far you guys want to go with the see what we could do to Claire show, but he's willing to kind of like turn the lights back up, like someone turning the lights back on the arena. He just wanted to see how that dark sight would work.
I do actually want to try out the
Sure.
bellowing scream.
Yep.
But I want to know if I can. So the thing that I would be interested in, because I'll read it to you if you need me to. You let out a terrifying scream. Normal people will automatically flee from the area without having to make a check. Roll persona to affect underlings. So this is mostly just for like getting rid of underlings.
Right.
The regular underlings would flee. If on a good roll on a 7 to 9, I would have a +1 armor against these minions. This is the thing that I'm mostly interested in. On a 6 or less, everyone everyone is afraid of you. All heroes have a -1 check while they are in the area.
Right.
So everyone's afraid, but most importantly, my friends become afraid. So I want to know if I can try the thing and auto fail it to see how it still affects her in that way.
So you want to, well, so you're purposely failing a roll. You're trying to fail a roll.
I mean, if I need to roll it and fit, and you want me
No,
to fail
no,
it, I can
no,
try it
no,
a
no,
few
no,
times.
no. Let me think
But
about this. Do your roll as normal, but you are
uh-huh.
rolling to fail your roll. So what I
Yeah,
mean is, you're getting to the critical moment where you know that you're supposed to do the thing, right? You're
yeah,
supposed to be
yeah,
like, this is the critical part of the shout, and you're purposely going or something,
yeah,
and like trying to mess it up.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so go
hopefully I'll
ahead.
just
Just
fail it
roll it
anyway.
like no, because if you fail it, you'll pass. Don't do that.
I don't
Because you're
know.
rolling it to fail. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Right. Okay. You were doing a reverse roll. That's all.
yeah, yeah. So I do pass. I
Okay. So you purposely fail your shout. Yeah, I guess the effect would happen to all the players. It says PCs, right? It doesn't say Zanzibar. He's going to be unaffected.
heroes.
Heroes.
So basically, what it's saying is, I'm like, so if we were actually fighting somebody and there were a bunch of minions in the room, they would be afraid of me, but the scream would have no effect
Right.
on them. But all friendlies to me would now be affected. Like
Okay.
I make the scream, it becomes more like a dissident whisper where it actually like hurts people's.
I just want to see how it's phrased because
Yeah,
it doesn't sound like they get a check. It sounds like they just become afraid of you and just
yeah,
run
no,
away.
no, the again, the if I roll a 10 plus, all minions will stop fighting and flee. On a 7 to 9, they are scared and you gain a +1 armor against these minions. On
Right.
a 6 or less, everyone is afraid of you.
Okay. It says
I get
everyone
I
just becomes afraid of you.
but
That's
I get no pluses,
oh,
but
that's
all heroes have a -1 to all checks while you are in the area. So I become a negative
okay.
to everybody else.
That's fine. So then it doesn't sound like it has a resistance. So what
No.
happens is he makes a weird screech noise. Everybody hates him and doesn't want to be around him for a while. That's
Hmm.
basically the end result, including Claire, because she's
Okay.
a hero in the area.
Okay.
Yes, so you could purposely fail it to give everyone a negative. I don't know if that's a good thing, but it is something that you can do.
I just wanted to make sure, so mentally I know if I use this ability, and like if I use this ability and she was there and she was unaffected by it, then I don't have to worry about failing it. If it's just me and her, I don't have to
She's
worry
still
about
a
failing.
hero because she is
Uh,
under the same guise that you guys are. So
and again, as a player, I assumed it, but I just wanted to make sure that would be the case. So
right.
anytime I use this ability, I would probably want to separate myself from everybody just to be on the safe side,
Okay. Um,
unless it was like an absolute necessity, like we suddenly have like 15 minions around us. I'm going to hit them with this thing until I can get rid of them.
well, as I recall, don't you have an ability to re-roll if you fail a roll or something? Like there was like
That's
a
only for magical things. This is
okay.
a plus persona.
This is
But
you
I
just making noise at people. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
but I still have a plus
Eric, that
two.
was awful.
I still have a
Now
plus
look, I
two. Sorry. Yeah.
she's like she covers her ears. Ah, how that was loud.
Chalkboard noises, like it was awful.
Sorry. I wanted to see if that would actually have a negative effect on you. The next time I do that, I'm sure it won't affect you guys. But I just had to make sure.
It's
No
still bad.
worries.
Yeah.
I give a
I don't.
thumbs up. It's just I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't tell you it was going to happen because it wouldn't have had the same effect. Um.
So, not to be that guy, but what about the sunlight? We talked about this earlier.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's still something we haven't tested. You seem to react violently to the lightning.
Yeah, that hurt.
Um, Zanzibar will put his hand up humorously, even like he couldn't just interrupt if he wanted to. Just put his hand
I
up. I believe it's short. It's the short burst of the lightning that was causing her discomfort. Um, I believe if she's in regular sunlight, she should probably be fine. The lightning, because it was such a short burst of energy, that's what caused her more discomfort. She is demon related. She is not a demon precisely.
Could we test that theory just to be sure?
Sure, daytime. Sun comes up, starts rising. Claire, you do not feel like running into the shadows, but you just feel kind of like ick. It's not like bad, really. It's just sort of like you would normally feel if you were like kind of a depressed person on a sunny day. You know, like
She puts her hoodie back. She puts her hoodie up.
yeah, you're fine. Basically, if you put your hoodie over your head, you know, or something like that, you're like, oh, it's fine. I'll just deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay. She seems fine.
So is it
Give a
is it
thumbs up.
oh geez. Is it like when a cloud goes overhead and you feel the depression?
She kinda has a problem where it's like she's not sickened by it. It's not like sunstroke or something. She's not a vampire, but it's more like,
Right.
why am I out here? This is
Yeah.
not where I should be right now.
Kind of like why would I be outside when I have a perfectly good indoors to be in?
Maybe just carry an umbrella. I don't know. Find some sort of method of not being in direct sunlight.
We'll get you a cool parasol or whatever you fancy.
We'll
Yeah,
figure
that,
it
that
out.
consider it a gift. Consider it a
Aw.
gift.
I think the only other thing that I'm gonna have to figure out is, yeah, it's getting closer to Halloween, so I could probably give off this as a Halloween costume but that can't. I wonder if there's a way I can learn how to make an illusion of myself to kind of throw people off. 'Cause I don't think I can go to school like this either.
Yeah.
You will be fundamentally different. It's like an echo of like what he
I
said
know,
earlier.
I know.
Different.
But you know what I understand? Claire jumped up with things like, yeah, this sounds cool. She doesn't think of consequences that were obviously told to her
This man has
multiple
only thought about
times.
consequences for thousands, like probably like 1,000 years. So yeah, that's the only thing he's been working on. Well, I wish you the best, and he'll kind of like out of the room. You can leave anytime you want, but he kind of just disappears.
Huh. Well, I guess we did it. So where's that cake?
Oh yeah, where's the cake? Eddie looks
Um,
around.
It's right over there, and it is large and inappropriate.
That's okay. I take a piece from the tippity top.
Nice.
Let's see now. Okay.
I just kind of smear the frosting on my piece. Yeah.
Yummy.
I will say that through your testing, you have a pretty good idea of what Claire's abilities are. She doesn't seem to have a lot more. Like you can kind of read into her mind a little bit and kind of think about it, but she doesn't seem to have a ton more up her sleeve. It's just some extra bonuses here and there.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, Alex had to split anyway.
I
But
mean,
his
technically I'm here, but I'm listening.
Oh.
But I'm almost on the bottom.
Oh, you are here. Oh, I apologize. I went to answer you back about something, and it said you weren't here, and then I didn't notice you come back in. I apologize.
Yeah, I just rejoined from my phone.
No, cool. Is Dean here with us also?
He is. It's just that, yeah.
He's paper. That's fine.
right,
I just want to make
good.
sure. I was going to say, because there's probably not a lot that we can do in this space currently. Could we say that we spend a couple of days here because it's outside of time, so we can spend as much time as we want here and not and be able to step back into our own lives at the same moment that we left.
I'm okay with that and with the leveling montage, but we're not gonna act it out.
No.
already
Yeah,
did
no.
that bit.
That's what I'm trying to avoid. Is
Okay.
so we can
We're just saying,
we
have
can
It was
just
fun.
fun
say
the one time, and then
we've
we're
been here.
good. We've
We're
done
here
the thing.
we're here for like 2 or 3 or 4 days, whatever we want. It doesn't really matter. We exit. We can go do some other stuff out in the world, but then we'll retcon the level up here with our points, if that makes sense. Like
This is a good place for
so
us to level up.
Oh, it
That's what I was
is.
trying to
It
say.
so
is.
theoretically, we are leveling up our characters right now in this space, and then we're going to leave and go do whatever more investigation, anything else that we can do outside because it's only 9:30. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
unless everybody just wanted to end the night early, and then in the next couple of weeks we can say, okay, in that space, this is what we worked on. These are the things that we learned, um, and and not even so it won't affect what we're about to do for the next hour of gameplay. But we have done that in the made up 4 hours in this space. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. If you want to
Yeah.
spend time saying spend time here and then tell
Mm-hmm.
me what you've adjusted with your experience, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Know that we're gonna make it so that those changes don't actually apply till next time because
Of
we don't want
course.
to have to
Yeah.
go through
Yeah.
all that.
Absolutely. Exactly what I was saying.
Yep.
And
Also, we
then
want to give
so
you the character sheet. So
Right.
exactly. And then we can so I'll also I or you or whoever can communicate with Zeppo. Hey, we did a training thing, so you can use whatever points you have towards leveling up Dean, and knowing that we're going into the final fight next time or the time after, like relatively soon, we should be drawing to an end.
Right. Reminder that your Ice Titan friend is also still down there as well. So you have
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Phineas and an Ice Titan down there.
Yes. Yes. So I just wanted to say that. So let's just say that we're leaving the training space. We've gotten our training in, and we
Right.
can go do some stuff. I have to go take care of something, but I'll still be listening in the background.
Okay.
okay.
All right. So as you exit the Eternal Sands and you go to the portal where you have to put your little ticket in, he obviously gave everybody exit tickets so you could leave. You go over there, you put your ticket in. Where do you go from here? You exit in the same place where you was described before. You're basically in his workshop basement area again. What is the next step in the plan? I know that you guys had ideas of what you wanted to go from here. I just kind of want to know what your overall idea is.
Yeah, I assume we discussed this before. Did we discuss this last session?
I don't remember.
So things were discussed along the lines of trying to figure out quick ways of doing the ritual, maybe acquiring materials to write the spell out on, in case you need to do it quickly. Things like that. Though that was discussed. The exact specifics, yeah, I don't think you really got into. You were like, we're going to develop a plan next time, or something like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, creating special tools, maybe a magically imbued ladder, or rope, so that you could go through the portal without having it be sucked through to the other side.
So are we leaving at nighttime or during the day?
Well, it was. Let me think of where we were last time. Oof, all right, I gotta roll back the time in my head. All right, so you guys entered the shop just after noon on that day. Yep, that makes sense to me. So you guys, because you had that really long night where you talked to the Rat Queen, and then everybody got up late, and then it was almost like noon, 1 o'clock when you guys went in here, I think. So it's about that time when you leave. No extra time, so it's about 1:20, 1:30. You probably had to go upstairs, had to say bye to Zanzibar, and then leave.
Is this still a school day? It's not, is it?
It is not a school day.
It's on the weekend.
Because it was Friday at midnight is, I think, when you guys had your meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so it was technically Saturday, but you know what I mean. Because it was Friday at midnight and then went into Saturday. And then you guys got up late Saturday and then went here.
Yeah. I mean, the question is, what is Claire going to do, really?
I'm gonna be honest, you guys. As much as I'd love to just hide out, I kind of want to tell my family what's going on because this is a little too big for me to hide, and I just want to be honest with them. How do you guys feel about this? Because it's not just
Okay, I'm gonna let you
It
guys
would
do a
just
little bit
be.
of free talk. I'm just gonna go and this thing. I'll
It's
be right
gonna
back.
be. All I'm planning on is my immediate family. My sister at least has an idea that weird stuff is going on, but my mom doesn't. But she needs to. I need to at least try.
Your sister seems cool. I mean, I can't imagine talking to her will go badly.
No, I'd like to talk to her first about this before I go for my
Yeah,
mom.
I'd recommend, discuss it with her and maybe she'll have an idea.
So I'm gonna be. This is permanent. So
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna run away. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I
As much as
understand.
I complain about my mom being always on my case, I do love her. So, gosh, she's a God-fearing Christian. She's not gonna be too. This is worse than D&D, Dungeons and Dragons caused, in goth culture caused my child to have a demonic summoning circle or something along those lines. 'Cause I guess technically she's right. She's right this time.
I guess so, but we don't get to choose our family either, so I
But
understand.
I want to try. I she might be upset. She's going to be upset about it, but I think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And if she's my mom, she has to love me, right? She's
Um,
not gonna just hate me, right?
she
Or kick me out.
is.
Uh, you see, Claire's nervous. You
Yeah,
see her kind of messing. Look, she's looking down at her
Eddie
nails
Eddie
and just kind
will
of playing.
Eddie will like reach out to give you a hug if you'll accept one.
Oh, she'll accept it.
Yeah. We will accept you and she will learn to.
It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little scared. I can't believe I jumped head first. Not scared of demon possibly destroying my mind, but my mom, is actually way scarier.
I understand. I understand. And Eddie will just like take a step back and and pass you like dig in his bag and be like, "Here, uh for the parasol."
Thank you. Oh, you didn't. I'm gonna have to pay you back at some point.
No, this is your birthday, remember?
Uh, I guess I'll accept your gift. Thank you.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean, I'm gonna just walk around. I mean, at this point, I can just say it's a Halloween costume right now. It's close enough to Halloween. Some people aren't going to. I'll get a couple of looks.
It's the coolest Halloween costume I've ever seen. I
You think
I
so?
wouldn't argue. I do.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me. She's starting to feel a little bit. She's still nervous, but she's feeling well. She's feeling better.
all right. So it seems like you guys are kind of like clear. Are you actually going to go home and like tell your family that you are now something else? Is that
Well,
what
it's
this
more.
this sounds like it?
Yeah. It's more. She's gonna talk to her sister first, so her sister can back. Like, hopefully, will back her up the eventuality with her mom and her dad. Granted, dad's not usually home, so
Okay.
that's. I mean, she can't really. This is a little bit. She can't hide that forever.
Okay. I just
Uh,
wanted I just like I said, I'm just getting a grip on what the plans are. So
yes.
your
Yes.
first priority now is you're gonna go home and tell your family that you are their daughter, but you're not their daughter. This is complicated because
More of those
if
that
you
I.
consider the possibility that literally it's almost like death. You pretty much died on that table. You were a different person. Your consciousness went. If best way to explain it is using kind of like a Star Trek metaphor, you were turned into atoms, and those atoms were rearranged and then became a you. So like, are
She might just bend the truth just a little bit to make it a little easier on them.
sure.
It's not going to be the whole truth. It'll be basically 90% of the truth. They don't need to know exactly what she did. Just something magic mumbo jumbo, and now she's this. And this is
Okay,
permanent.
so we're gonna. All right,
But she's going to start with her sister first. She's
that's
going
fine.
to She might ask a friend. Can somebody? Maybe we can find a place to do this quietly somewhere or away.
That's fine.
Is this an Arkham
Whatever.
Pizza discussion or like?
Well,
This
I assumed I went to alleyway mode. So I'm like, you guys are kind of like leaving Zanzibar's shop, and you're like wandering about, like trying to figure out what the hell the plan is to tell Claire's parents. Yeah, are you gonna tell Claire's parents? It's gonna be hard to hide those hordes. Like, it's just gonna be
no,
hard.
she's going. She's what she's saying is she's going to basically say she's been in. She has access to magical powers,
Okay.
and the past couple weeks that's what she's been up to,
Okay.
and that's what she she's asking her friends first because of the fact that it's not just her secret too. But she wants to get permission. It's okay that she says this to them. She's asking the whole team what their thoughts. Granted, the whole team's not here out of character, but
I have opinions, but since I'm moderator, I'm just gonna mute myself.
Yeah. Eddie 100% Claire's decision, whether or not the rest of the group does, because this is very personal at this point.
yeah,
Yeah, Derek is 100% behind you in anything you're going to do because he knows that where it's an easy decision to get what you want, it still comes with consequences that you have to deal with, and it could hurt your relationship between you and whoever, but he's not gonna let it hurt the relationship between you and him. You are always going to be his sister. He's always going to love you. He's always going to be there for you. He's always going to want the best for you, and that's the end all be all of his commitment to you. So he's right there with you by your side, hoping the best for you, and shoulder to cry on if things go wrong. Um, and it sounds like you have that from and I'm sure you have that from Dean, and I would imagine Amos as well. I mean, we all care about each other. We're friends, and we're here for each other because, again, we all know this is our best bet for defeating something that no other version of ourselves has ever been able to defeat.
she
Well,
really deserves. But she does. She feels very motivated and happy and very lucky to have friends like you guys.
much like Amos has never been much of a family man, so doesn't really understand what the big deal is and why we can't just do like a illusion of some sort to basically look normal at home. And just like basically do something to create a visual illusion that just look exactly as you did before. I don't know, but listen, who really cares about what sister, mother? Who cares?
She doesn't. The if she had an ability at this moment in time, she doesn't really have an idea of ability on how to make herself look normal. If that makes sense. So it's not like she can hide it for too long.
If you like, I can let you have make a roll mental to try to figure out a plan for that. If that's the route you want to go, I do have. There probably are things you can do, but you'd have to think about it rather than it just.
She's
be
gonna
like,
take a moment. Let's see if she can feel if she even has the idea in the first place.
Sure, yeah, that's
So I'm gonna
basically
roll
where we're
that.
at. Yep.
So where's my character? Is that a mental roll?
That is mental, yeah. You're literally strategizing. You're literally going, okay, what can I, as a character, do in this situation to make myself appear normal?
5. So
Doesn't come to mind. These are very permanent changes that you have here, and 5, huh? All right.
Yep. Two,
Okay.
2 plus 2 plus 2
Nothing
plus
immediately
1.
bad happens. There
Is
we
this something that a friend can roll on? Like if we're thinking about how to help Claire?
If you were rolling it at the same time, this is you know what I mean. Like you had to be like, oh, I'm helping her think about this.
I see.
But you can do it. But because it's the same roll, it'd have a -1, so it would balance out unless
those
everybody's
are
huddling.
those are good odds. We can huddle, of course. Like
Okay,
I feel like something we
gotcha.
could
So
talk
Claire
about.
basically says, I have no clue. I don't know. I don't. There's no way I can make myself look normal.
Okay, so basically what would happen is Claire would roll again. You guys could declare that you're helping Claire. It would balance out to a -1 because it's the same exact type of roll. But if everybody helps, it's a +2 total. Because it would be everybody just kind of like huddling around being like, no, wait, there's things we can do. They could do something.
There's got to be something. Yeah, like costume shop, anything.
Right. So, all right. So Claire would make the roll again, and if everyone's helping, it would be a +2.
All right.
All right.
But if somehow she fails, everybody's going to get a consequence, and that'll be very entertaining.
So
Do we have to
what I'd
roll
like
for
to-
help?
No. Only Claire has to roll. Only Claire
Oh.
has to roll, but basically, if she fails her roll, everybody that said they're contributing is going to get a penalty as well.
Oh, because I was trying to say something, but I realized I was muted. I was actually going to try to use wish to try to wish for her to have something that would at least help to mask the changes in a way that would be easier to play off for her.
The problem,
But
yeah,
but
go
if
ahead.
it's just going to be a straight roll from her, then that's fine. I was just trying to say that if it's
So Wish covers, as far as as far as I'm concerned, Wish covers mundane things. You've only used it for that so far. You haven't tried to make magical artifacts with Wish. You've tried to be like, I'm making a dagger, and then I'm using my ability to make it return to me. You're not like, you know what
Well,
I'm
that's what I
saying?
was
Like
thinking was like a
a ring
hat
of,
that would. I was
yeah.
thinking like not a magical hat, but just a hat that would perfectly
Okay.
cover up her horns, or you know what I
A
mean, like
large,
something
oversized hat is fine. That is
Yeah.
still within the realm of what you
Exactly.
can do, but it's
That's
not going
all
to
I
be
was saying.
incredibly effective. No.
But like I know her style, I know what she's into, and I know what she needs. So she now has this like really cool big goth hat.
Okay.
I gotta
She
go
puts
back
it
on.
on in style that she's happy.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
She got a birthday hat and a parasol. It's great. She's
happy birthday.
she's in
and
style
a
right
big
now.
inappropriate birthday cake. Okay, I'm going back on mute.
Okay.
All
So,
right.
are you contributing to this role? I just
Yes,
need to know who's
absolutely.
actually it. Okay.
Of course I am.
So
Well,
Eddie,
that's what the
obviously.
hat is.
Right.
is
Alex,
like,
are you contributing? I just want to know if you're saying you're helping.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So
But
if somehow she rolls like, I don't know, a 2 or something, everyone's gonna get a penalty, and I'll do something probably immediate. That's for sure.
I mean, what are the odds of that happening?
Yeah, I mean, there's a low chance.
11.
Okay,
Actually, no,
that-
mental.
Yeah.
No, that's 11.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think it was gonna happen. All right. Yes. The people go through the easy stuff first. Oh, well, maybe you could just get baggy clothing that covers like your tails and your like, but then it doesn't deal with the skin issue because your skin is not quite the right tone. Not like it's not like something that human comparable. It's not like, oh, some sort of human race that's different. Maybe they got a tan. It's like, no, you have a weird kind of not human sheen to your skin.
And you have these glowy eyes.
And well, the glowy
it's
eyes seem to
cool.
only happen in the dark as much, but they're still there, and that's going to be a bit of a problem. Imagine you're getting up.
They don't match people's images of Claire.
Imagine if you're getting up in the middle of the night and your daughter comes downstairs to go get, like, I don't know, a glass of milk, and her eyes are glowing into the night. You know, like, that might be a bit disconcerting. So, yeah, that's not really going to work. Contacts, you basically, with baggy clothes and contacts, you'd have to do a lot to make you'd have to do full body makeup. Okay, so here's plan A, right? Oh, we're going to go plan A, plan B, plan C. Plan A, you would have big old contacts, that cover the eye color. You would have a full body paint to cover the skin tone issue. You'd have baggy clothes and hats and things to cover, but you will look ridiculous. That's the downside, is that you will still look kind of odd. Passable, but odd. Option B, you just tell them the truth and see if they got a way to to get a plan going that you can kind of like still go to school and interact with people or something. Maybe get homeschooled from now on. I don't know. Plan C. You go into the dream world and you purposely alter everyone's memories that you interact with on a general basis to make you think they're normal. Everything's great. Everything, because you basically go in there and you brainwash each individual person that you think you're going to interact with. And then
That's a lot
and
of
now
work.
you look great. You look normal to them because they're brainwashed. Any person from out of town though will know you look different. Without a doubt. Like but
As much as Claire wants to, Claire does, and she does a little. I don't.
Freddy Krueger moment going in, be like, when you see me next, I will appear normal to you, and then just kind of vanish.
That's gonna be a worst case scenario. Claire's not gonna. That she does have morals. She doesn't want to
I
brainwash
said,
people.
Yeah.
and that's why it's number three. Number three seems to be the one where it's like, well, we have this option.
So I will take that option and tuck it away for another time.
Sure.
That'll be compartmentalized as another time somewhere else.
That seems like a lot of work in a way because you have to
Do you
like.
even tell us that you thought of this? That's the
No,
question.
No. She says she looks. She says it out loud. I was like, I mean, I could brainwash them. No, that's no. Bad, Claire.
It's great. Everything's fine.
All right. I think I know what I want to do. I think a mixture of both A and B. I'm going to tell my sister, and then I'm going to wear baggy clothes, and on a later day, I'm going to tell my parents because I feel like I at least owe them that.
And you think like your daughter getting piercings was a bad thing? Well, I'm just thinking about this. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so all right. I do need to buy some ridiculous clothing. So let's
Yay, thrifting.
Yeah.
I need your help. I don't usually go shopping.
Oh God, there's a name of a thrift shop which is now on the tip of my tongue, which was mentioned like episode 2.
Actually, you should go to the old Salvation Thrift Shop
I know
Army.
it exists. There is
Okay.
there's a thrift shop that, or this is going way back, that Zeppo's again, his name isn't here, so my brain is not working. Zeppo's character's girlfriend in brackets went to, because she said she went there, and so there is a thrift shop in universe that you can go to. I'm dragging that from like episode 2 or something.
We defer to you, Brian. That's where we're going.
I know that exists because she went there. It's actually not that far from where you guys are. So if you want to go to the thrift shop, and get her ridiculous clothing, so you're basically getting her stuff from like the 60s, like the 60s and 70s, and dressing her up. I'm not gonna make any rolls. It's just you're in a thrift store.
All right. I hope you know it all looks ridiculous, and I want it, and that's just how it looks.
She's gotten into some different fashion as of late. Let's see. Thrift. You can't type that right? Anyway, all right, so you guys go to a thrift store. I do have the name of it somewhere, but again, it's so far back that I would have to do like literal research. Just know that it's the place that I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember names? Sorry. Zippo's character's name. Come on, train. Dean, thank you. It's Dean's girlfriend's place that she went to. Girlfriend in brackets. So okay, so you go there, you get your ridiculous.
Wait,
60s
Linda?
stuff.
Linda?
Yeah, Linda.
Yeah, this is Linda. This is
Oh,
Linda's.
Linda's. Yeah, we did talk about that.
We did. It just
yeah.
very, very, very long ago. Like
Yeah.
back at the coffee shop.
Like
scene,
2
like,
years ago or something.
Something
in
like
real
2
life.
I said I had to really dig for it. She did talk about
Don't
that
worry
she
about
goes thrifting and that there is a store in town.
We were
So
looking
it
through the
must exist.
collage, and yes.
Right, yeah. As I said, I had to dig deep. It was there.
It's
Actually,
where
I
she
might
got-
have written
it's-
that down in my notes.
It's where she got her scarf that we had ended up
Her
finding.
ridiculous scarf that Dean ended up with, yeah.
Yeah.
He was walking around with that clue for like a long time. Anyway. Okay, that's fine. You can go get her some nice 60s or baggy clothes. and like, but not like ugly, just relatively baggy. All right, and now where to? Back to the house?
Uh, yeah.
Okay.
Out of character, we don't have to do the scene with Claire's sister tonight if you guys don't. I feel like I spent a lot of time on my character a lot, you guys.
No,
That's all right.
that's totally cool. We're here for that.
Whatever you guys want to do, guys. If you
Well,
want to do that
well,
scene, we can. If we don't, then
yeah, I mean, I'm fine for it. I'm just trying to get my son to go to sleep. But is there? And I really feel like all we have left to do is to go into the mirror, fight the ice golem, and then go take care of Phidias. I feel like we're kind of like at that end game point.
you
So at
should
this
want
point,
to.
we can.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. But I feel like it's a little bit of character development time. And just the continued team building. So what were you gonna say, Brian?
I was gonna say the only thing that you could do is, I mean, again, you could almost say that you did this during the training arc. Is you'd have to build contraptions that you guys were talking about, because you guys
Oh
were
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about like rope that was magically enchanted so that you don't get sucked through the mirror when you use it. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Hmm.
if you put the
Yeah.
rope in the mirror, it seems to just go right to the other side. It just gets
Hmm.
catapulted. And then also you have to write out the sigil on an actual scroll. You showed the symbol, but you didn't actually set up the ghost trap, is what I'll call it. So you have to
Hmm.
actually do that.
Um.
If you guys saying that you do that while you're during the training arc, that's fine. You have a lot of time.
Hmm.
Almost
Hmm.
infinite time, really.
But would we have the ability to bring things from the
Uh,
training room
Yeah,
back
I thought it was like the
from
no,
holodeck.
yeah,
yeah,
you can't bring the paper out, so you'd have to
yeah,
have brought the
yeah,
paper back in. So I guess you guys actually have to go to the school or whatever and gather materials. In fact,
yeah.
you could even go to like an actual art supply store. I'm sure there's
Hmm.
something
Hmm.
down here in the trendy district with the coffee shop and the thrift shop.
The
I'm
bean
sure
What
we've
and
what
got,
we
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
what
the
we
beans
could
exist down here.
what we could say that we did is engineered the thing in that space. Like, okay, if we had a bunch of 5 by 5 pieces of paper
Yeah.
and some clips. So I'm thinking of actually having some of those like eye hook clips that so it could all like kind of like fold together and then roll up, and then we could unroll it and unfurl it into its circle form. So we could engineer that, have it already all drawn out, already all mapped out.
Yeah, I
Yes,
mean, you
it
could,
would
like I
go.
said,
It would.
planning
It would
stages.
go.
Yeah.
It would go away. But when we come out, we'd know this is exactly how we're going to do this, and it would.
Right.
We would cut down the production time outside of the extra dimensional space.
So maybe
So
after we stop by the thrift store, we can hit up Garfunkel's, which I'm calling that's the name of the art store
Oh,
in my
good,
head.
good Garfunkel.
yeah, I like
Garfunkel
that.
and yeah, it's Garfunkel and Garfunkel or something like
Yeah,
that. Just make it even more ridiculous. Sure.
Garfunkel and art. Because it's
Garfunkel
art,
and art.
like Art and Garfunkel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the joke.
That was a joke, but yeah, like
It's
Garfunkel
Garfunkel's.
and Garfunkel and art. Um,
It's just so that that the thrift store has a name. Since now that I think about it, she just said she goes to the thrift store, and I don't think she specified it. Now that I'm really, really thinking about it, I'm just gonna.
I'm if if Zeppo came up with the name of it, it was probably one that used to be on Thayer Street.
No, I don't
Like
think
that.
Zeppo did because Zeppo
Okay,
didn't have enough
okay,
interest in her to really like be like, oh, where did you go or something like
okay.
that. So
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna just for funsies, I'm gonna call it Molly's Thrift because that makes sense. Oh, we'll go to Molly's.
Sure,
So
sure.
okay, so here we go. So Molly's Thrift, and then we're gonna go to art Garfunkel and art or art and Garfunkel. Which way does this go?
Garfunkel and art, I
Garfunkel,
think, is kind of funny.
Garfunkel and art. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Garfunkel and art, and then pick up like paper and stuff. A bunch of kids are picking up stuff. It's not unusual. It's a big art project. Okay.
Yep.
We're doing
Kids
some
go to the
cool
art store.
designs. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It is what you would expect of an art supply store. There are, like the large walls of markers and like, your standard all art supply store look. I've been enough of like, there's a section for poster boards. There's a section for like big.
So I got a question:
Yeah.
are we at a Michael's or are we at a mom and pa's like
It's
actual
not
legit art store?
it's not Michael's. It's like, oh, man, I wish
So
I had
we're
a better description of it. There
so
are
I
there are like art and mores, like they're like art stores, but they're not like a chain.
no, yeah.
Okay, it's like in that middle zone.
It's like,
Of
permanent marker or
right. There are options here, but it's not like
yeah.
going to like a big chain store.
Yeah.
I wish I had a better description because there is a place like that near Thayer Street, but like I said, I don't want to say
I have an art store. No worries.
like local art store feeling, right?
No,
That's what it says.
there's an art store that I go by all the time back in college.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Is that it's like the community art store. It's not like a Michaels. It's like a place this guy runs.
Yeah, there was a local art store I used to go to that had a deal with the parking garage I would stay at. And so I could get like a discount on art supplies whenever I parked there.
That is a strange combination. All right.
There's
But
this place,
it was
Mango's
great.
Gears. That's the place I used to go to all the time in the little art league. Back in
Yeah, that's what
college.
that's what I mean. Like a small art store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like what is it the same one room.
Yeah.
They got like
Like it's packed in there. There's this all the stuff you need is kind of there. It's just like not laid out the way a chain store would be.
Yeah.
Okay. So you grab all the things you need there for setting up the ghost trap. All right. Now that we've done all the buying, are we doing the Claire sister scene, or are we moving to going to the portal? If we do the portal scene, you are going to be probably getting the Ice Titan scene right after. So just keep that in mind.
all right, out of character. The only reason why I bring it up is because I feel like I've taken up a lot of I it's been focused mostly on me this whole time. So
I mean, technically, you've become a plot point, okay? Like I know
okay,
you're saying you're taking up a lot of the spotlight, but the group voted to turn you into a plot point. So
right.
it depends on what they want to do, right? Uh, we will
Because
we will ask around, right?
yeah, because this is a scene that will happen. It's just do we do it tonight or not?
Right.
Because this is. So what do you guys think? I'm ready.
Because yeah,
So, um, yeah, if you're up for it, I think that now is the time because we're going to go to the portal,
That's true.
and yeah, I feel like you'd want to tell your sister now.
Yeah,
all right. I
I think
assume Derek is still
he's putting his kid
putting his-
his child
okay.
to sleep.
Yep.
Oh, he
Okay.
says he's cool with it.
All right, then let's do it. Oh, Alex, what do you think?
I think Alex dropped out.
Yeah, I
So
don't see Alex in there.
Okay, well, let's do this then.
all right. Let's see. I need my notes. Give me a moment. Do. For some reason, I'm having a name day where you're like, I'm good on the information, bad on names. Like, I don't know why. Give me a sec.
Are you looking for Claire's sister's main specifically?
I mean, yes, but also like just getting a rundown on names. Stephanie. Ah, there we go. Yes, Stephanie. Okay.
Yes, that's her sister's
Okay. And then okay. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so you're gonna go home and talk to Stephanie.
name. Yeah.
Let's see.
She has her baggy clothes on right now. She looks absolutely ridiculous.
Okay. One moment. Loading screen. Come on. I don't know. Sure. Apparently that's what a goth bedroom is supposed to look like. Uh, that's some interesting thoughts on what things are. All right. So you guys will go. Every time you've had a serious discussion, you've kind of had it in your room, or in her room. But I assume this time would be your room.
Yeah.
All right. You meet her at the house. She gives you the impish look, like you look very different from what you normally wear, because you're wearing like baggy pants, baggy shirt, a big hat, a parasol. Like this is very strange fashion, even for you. She makes a motion like if you want to talk. I assume you do.
Yeah. You mind coming to my room? Opens door.
Sure. She'll kind of like
It's,
hop along upstairs to your room.
closes the door.
So that's new. She looks at your the way you're dressed.
There's a you know where I'm doing things that are kind of weird and magical and such, right?
Right, yeah. When the spider came and you said hi to it, that was really cool actually. I thought that was neat.
You
Uh,
did?
yeah, yeah. No, I have no problems with the spider. He seemed friendly.
Yeah, he has a family, so he was just
Almost
checking
got
in on him.
almost got saw by mom though. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, about that. So recently, I'm just gonna let you. I'm gonna be open with you with what's everything that's been going on because at this point I can't really hide it anymore.
Okay.
Uh,
Um, is
this is
this
gonna be
like
long. Hmm?
is this one of those things where you're into like somebody of the same or different gender? Because I heard about that in school. You know what I mean? No.
Oh no, not
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
Okay,
Uh,
got it. She'll
so
laugh
yeah,
a
you
little
know
bit.
we're into magic. Like me and some of my other friends were granted powers to try to stop an
Yeah.
event from happening. You know all the weird things that's been
Yeah,
going
yeah.
around
We had a
school.
little we had a sign so that in case there was a problem, we could let each other know. Yep.
Yeah, because somebody was going to hurt you and all of our family, so I wanted to make sure. That's why that's why I decided to help out. Recently, we've actually got we found one of the pieces of said problem. Believe me, it was some sort of dream demon. Good thing I locked it inside my mind,
That doesn't sound very healthy to just keep things
but I've
inside.
dealt with him. I've The point is we're trying to get rid of him because believe it or this is apparently we've this event has apparently in alternate universes has gone over and over and we failed every time. So I wanted to make sure that we get rid of at least a piece of him or
Whoa,
have all the chances
whoa,
to
whoa, whoa.
get rid
She
of
makes
him.
like a motion like that's this is a you're gonna have to back this up a little bit, sis. She just was
Okay,
like,
sorry, am I going too
um,
fast? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
okay. So there's alternate
A little nervous.
dimensions of you guys fighting them.
Oh no. Uh yeah, like has already happened.
How'd that go?
Not good. Very
Oh,
bad. Very, very, very bad. We failed every
okay,
time,
okay. So
apparently.
you trapped some dark evil thing within you, and
Yep.
then where did it go?
So about that. Um I I decided that because I want the best chance. She's very you can she if she's looking at her, she knows that she would know all the tells of her being very nervous, eyes kind of shifting around, not quite looking at her, playing with her fingers.
She does the most sisterly thing that she can do, even though she is a bit impish in her nature. She'll get up close and be like, "It's okay, you can tell me," and she like kind of like puts her hand like over your, like it's all right. It's
So,
I'm sure
yeah,
it's nothing like when you got that piercing and mom really hated it. So
actually, it's worse. It's
the
actually
belly button
way
piercing,
worse.
way worse.
No, it's
Okay,
way, way worse. You
okay,
don't
okay,
understand. Actually, you are gonna understand. Okay, maybe I should just show you. So,
okay.
I decided that we needed more power. I needed more power. So I did something, and I got it, and I dealt with the threat in my mind. It's gone. We dealt with it.
Are those
But
real? Like she'll like kind of like go over to your horns and be like,
all
"So they
right, at this point, she takes off her hat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you. Yeah, go ahead. Take
No,
off
no,
your
no.
hat.
She touches it. She says, "Okay." Takes hat off. Takes off. I imagine she's wearing a baggy
Yeah, yeah,
like baggy coat or something. Takes off
yeah.
baggy coat.
You
Puts
have
it
a
to
tail?
uh, yeah. Uh,
Does it
so
like does it wag when you're like happy? What is it?
n
What's it going on with that?
no, it moves like out of character. Yeah, yeah, it does.
Just like question. It's probably like if it's like a cat's tail or something. If you're in like a weird mood, it probably reflects behind you. Oh,
Oh yeah.
that's fun. Oh, Mom's
Oh,
definitely gonna be
so
mad.
I am no longer fully human now, and
Um,
I might be path demon. That
well,
might actually.
that's
I'm being open with you.
like
This is
that's very
my
she
eyes
tries to
glow though.
search for the word that you would use. Very metal of you, but I think Mom's gonna be very mad.
Yeah, that's the thing. I am really worried about it. I can't really hide this from
Did
her.
you
I mean, I
sharpen
can.
your teeth? How did you?
Wait,
Wow.
sharpen my teeth. She looks up, runs over to the.
You know, I did say that was one of the traits you got.
Oh no,
Uh,
no, no. She said,
yeah,
I
oh,
know.
yeah.
I out
Oh,
of
right, you can't
character.
look
I
at your own
know
teeth. Yeah,
she can't look at her own teeth. She's like, what? She
your
runs over to the to her mirrors.
your
Huh.
insides are a little longer and sharper than they should be.
I guess they're sharper now.
Ooh,
That's kind of cool.
I
But
oof. So you have horns, a tail.
yeah.
Did you put the makeup on or no? Did you?
No,
Okay.
this is my normal
Yeah, she
skin tone.
noticed that or something off about you in
Uh,
general.
and also turns lights off, eyes glow, turns it back on. So yeah.
She goes,
I want to be honest with her, but I do you think she's gonna hate me?
um,
Think she's gonna not be happy
I
with
don't
my
know
me?
how Mom will react. Um, I just remember when you got the belly button piercing, and when you got some of the other strange, not strange, but different things that she's not used to. She didn't react very well, and this is wholly different. She'll
She
look at
doesn't
you.
even know about my pet rat yet.
Oh, yeah, no, she doesn't know about the rat, though he tried to get out of the room, so I put him back.
Thank you.
Um, okay. I,
I
I'm, and she just gives you the most supportive. I believe in you, and I think you can be however you want, and she accepts that. I don't know how this is gonna go with Mom, though. Um,
I think yeah, I'm worried that she might try keeping me from hanging with my friends at least, not including taking me to the local church and try to
I
exorcise the demon out of me.
she's never been the fully religious type, but she might make you see, I don't know, a regular doctor. Like she might bring you to like your general physician for a checkup.
Mm, maybe that's not the best idea. I don't like
Is
I
it?
don't really know.
I don't know enough about who you are at the moment to
What if the
know if
government
that's.
comes after me? This is Claire
I
goes off
have
of crackpot theories. What if the
yeah,
government comes after me because I'm like not human anymore?
I have no idea. I
How does that
this,
work?
this by the way, she looks confused as you. She's younger than you. I don't know. I haven't studied law. Like she's like looks at you. I
I thought you said you wanted to be a lawyer.
no. She never said she wanted to be a lawyer.
Claire still
Uh,
says that.
okay. She'll make a face like nope. Okay. What I need to know from you is you're still you. Yes.
Yeah. This is still me for the most part. I mean, I'm definitely different. Um,
Okay.
I'm, I still, I'm Claire and more. So that's the easiest way to put it.
Is this permanent? Is this going
Yes,
to be how you are?
this
Okay.
is me forever. And I knew the risks and I knew the consequences before doing this.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I can talk to her when you talk to her, but you're gonna have to explain to our mom um, that you are very different, and I'll be supportive of that. As an aside, I just want to take this as an aside. This
mhm.
is this is a very interesting scene because of other. You're literally transitioning into a demon, like you're half demon. I just thought
Yeah.
that was an interesting aside. Okay, I'm gonna go back now.
Yep, yep.
You're gonna have to go and talk to your mom about this. I know there's no way I can hide you the way
I
you
don't think I
are.
could. I mean, I have makeup, I have contacts, I have all this extra stuff. I'm just trying to figure out, do I tell her now or do I wait until after all of this is over? Because the thing is, I don't know how this is going to turn out, and I don't, a part of me wants to, so she doesn't meddle in things, just keep her out of it and just wait till this is all over until, but at the
I
same time, I don't know if I'm going to be honest. I don't know if everything's going to be okay. I'm trying to take all the steps, but there's a real chance that something really, really bad's going to happen.
okay.
And I don't
If
know.
you think that something bad might happen to you, you should probably tell her. If you think
Okay.
everything will be fine and have another chance to talk to her, tell her later. That's the only way she could really like parse this.
All right. Uh,
I
she gives her
will
a hug.
I will
Thank
she'll
you
be
for
behind you either
understanding.
way. She thinks you're cool looking, but she's
Yeah.
not sure mom's gonna really be up with it.
No, she always reacts badly to different things or how but she's my mom. She should still love me though, right? Despite all that, like, aren't
Your
parents supposed to love their kids? Like,
Our mom is a very loving mother. However, remember that she was very excited for you to start hanging out with friends and getting out, and now you've pushed yourself even further in a direction that she might not like. I,
yeah.
I, I cannot, say how she's going to react. I know that I will be behind you.
Thank you. Is she even home?
Oh, mom. Let's see. Saturday, later on in the
She has her
day.
own life and friends.
Not at like 2, 3 o'clock on a Saturday. She's probably home. She's probably doing things around the house.
Okay.
Later on tonight, maybe, but not during the afternoon.
All right. Well, I have some time to think about if I want to tell her tonight or not.
Okay.
But hey, I just wanted to give you a heads up that this possible a possible grenade pin's about to be pulled.
Okay. Um, you get the overall feeling that because of the way she is, and she's always been like this through the whole game so far, that she thinks it's personally to her interesting. Like
Yeah.
she thinks that this is an interesting change, so she's all for it.
Yeah.
But she does not know how cool your parents will be with it. That is the overall feeling you get.
Yeah.
Okay, so that scene's over with. Meanwhile, what is everyone else doing? I assume you guys just kind of let Claire wander off to her house and deal with that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we offered to like support her in any way, I think, but it was Claire's decision. So we decided that we were going to take the art supplies and I think get some preparedness done.
Get some crafting done. Okay.
Yeah, some crafting done.
All right. Who's gonna draw? Who's drawing? Who's got good art skills?
I imagine Derek likes sketches. Is that true?
Who's got any art talent? That's the question. Like, I mean, yeah, you have a diagram, right? But you still have to draw it. So if it's messed up, it's messed up. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that Eddie does not have is art skills. Electronic skills, yes, but not art skills.
Okay. Derek, were you gonna draw it? You can just type in chat, or you can say yes or no. He might be busy.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Um, Besides that, was there anything else you were building before you take off to, I assume, like the final conflicts?
I don't think there was any sort of like technical contraption
Okay.
besides the ladder, and that's more of a magical contraption.
Okay. If you want to build the ladder, I'll let you roll magical for that. And
Yeah, that's the thing. I have terrible magical.
Oh, geez.
I mean, I can try to help, but what do I have? A -2.
Oh, geez. All right. So we're basically waiting on Derek then. Okay.
Yeah, this is more of like this is all Derek's wheelhouse,
You're like setting
unfortunately.
up all the stuff, waiting for Derek to do his thing.
Sorry, Derek.
Let me think. What could be done? Sure. Let me look at what other since there's a slight pause in conversation. Let me look at something real quick, and hopefully Derek will pop back on. No, where's not? Hey, out of character, since we have time. What is Eddie's uncle's name?
Oh, did we discuss that? But
We
then
did.
I think that recording never saved. So see if I wrote it in the chat, the Discord chat, because this is the only place it'd be.
It'd be in your might be in your personal Discord chat since we have a moment because we
Yeah. So that is a good point. That's a loose thread there. It's my uncle.
I'm just saying since we have a moment we can look at that.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if that's here. We're going back in time.
Yeah. Oh, did I go too far?
I'm looking. Hold on. Back even further. I don't know. Maybe it's not in the log. If you're
Yeah,
upset.
that was the problem is I thought it was recording.
Uh.
But it also had ended with Tatum.
Okay. That's
So
fine. You can just call him the uncle, and we don't have to use a specific name. Well, we can find it later. Okay. So let's see. You talked to your uncle, and the last thing you said a few days ago to him was you told him where the Yithians were and
I
how to
did.
get in contact with them if you needed to. Oh man. All right. Well, how do I want to play that? Let's see. I'm just trying to wait and tell that and do that. Just playing with the dominoes right now and just figuring out how that would work. Okay. No immediate effect, unfortunately. What I will say is the thought does come to mind that you last time you talked to your uncle, you gave him that information, and whatever he did with it, he did. Um, is he back? I'm just no. Damn it.
Right. Oh, Richard Tatum, I think.
Oh, it might be Richard Tatum. Okay,
Yeah,
that
I
sounds
found it.
all right. Now that's
And he
going
has
in
a
my notes.
200-foot plus hidden radio tower. He's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
mad scientist.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a guy that is definitely in contact with the Yithians and is a mad scientist. I just wanted to remember about that thread.
Yeah, and his call sign is November 1 Alpha Bravo, I guess.
Okay.
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
That's no
If you were
problem.
looking for me, I am back.
Yeah. Sorry
Welcome
about
No, it's
that.
okay. No, it's okay. I was getting him to sleep, and I was starting to doze off a little bit.
Okay. The only thing that we need you to do is really just roll on crafting the
Oh, yeah.
the stuff. So basically, the first thing is the ghost trap. You'd have to roll on, well, as I was calling it the ghost trap. The ritual scrolls you'd have to roll magical on for basically.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah.
sorry, hold on. You're drawing. It's mental. So roll 2d6 in mental. You're not doing embedding the magic yet.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing the sketching.
That is a 10 on the dice, so I believe it's an 11 for the physical sketching of it.
Okay. I assume you're not going to try to activate it, so we're not
No.
going to roll the magical side of it.
Nope.
So,
That'll be
okay.
fun for another day.
All right, and the last thing I need you to do is roll magical for imbuing the rope, which I assume you bought the rope at that store.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't know. I mean, if you're just letting me do it with wish or with some other just like natural magical ability, that's fine. But that was one of the things I was thinking about. I'm not really sure how we would actually go about.
So basically, what you'd be doing is you'd be using, you're basically doing a straight magic roll. You're imbuing yourself onto the rope. You're not. It's a mundane object that you're infecting. Like much like people would hold like crystals out and be like, "Oh, I'm purifying them by putting them near a window." You're doing that to this rope.
And this is a magical.
Yeah, straight magical roll.
All right. That is 5 plus 2, so that is a 7. So
Okay,
not great,
but still a
but
success. No
yeah,
failure.
yeah.
Okay. So you looks like you've crafted the magical items you need, so
Hmm.
that's all set. Um, oh, that's funny. Okay, so there was one unaccounted for failure earlier, so I can use that one. That was during the alleyway sequence, so that's good. Yeah, all right, everything seems good. What do you guys want to go from here? You're gonna have to pick up. Claire said that was it you. Claire said she was gonna talk to her sister, but she probably is not gonna spend all day talking to her sister.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
assume you're gonna go by there and pick her up.
Um, yeah, I mean, I can just reach out to her and see if she is all set there.
Okay.
Yeah, hey Claire, Claire, you
Oh,
there?
yeah, I'm
Hey,
here.
how did I didn't want to interrupt while you were doing that. So, how did things go with your sister?
They went really fine.
Oh,
About what I
good.
expected. Uh, what I haven't considering telling my mom, but
Yeah, yeah.
not sure if I should do it tonight or not. I just don't want to leave any regrets if things go south, if that makes sense.
You got to do what you got to do, and you do love these people, and you want to show them that love and respect. So that's cool. I mean, your sister's always seemed pretty
Yeah, Stephanie's
chill,
cool. Yeah, Stephanie's cool.
and especially ever since we Eddie rescued her, and she's kind of seen the other side of everything. She's just been a lot, way more understanding of what's going on, which is awesome. So yeah, I mean, we'll deal with your mom when we deal with your mom, but at least you have somebody there
Yeah,
in the house who's
yeah.
got your back. Um, yeah, I mean, we can. I've got the rope. I feel like the rope is
That's good.
probably set up, and we've also got the sigil thing kind of put together. We're gonna have to still cast it, but at least we've got, it'll be really easy to just unfurl it and get it into place. So that's definitely overcoming that physical barrier. Um, and yeah, all we gotta do is just go in there and deal with the ice golem. Hopefully, find the student who is uh, encapsulated in that, and then go after Phidias. So yeah,
Yeah,
we're getting there.
yeah.
Um,
If I remember correctly, Phidias does have a really long ranged laser attack, FYI.
mhm. Oh
Like
yeah, no, we saw that.
very,
Yeah,
very long range. So being out,
yeah. I mean, I got the ability to shield. Um, and if there are other minions that jump out, we've got a way to deal with those. We've got
can anyone heal?
uh, well,
Is that a thing that any of us can do?
I think above board, I think Derek had actually done that the last time that we
Okay.
went in. Um, but again, that's something that we could theoretically buy. One of us could talk about buying. I don't know if there's somebody else. But I thought somebody had at one point talked about finding a way to heal. I don't
I think we
think.
talked about it, but I don't think anyone
Mhm,
actually did anything about it. I think that's
mhm,
what the conversation
Right.
was. Okay.
And according to the way time works, um, Nick can't be there. So,
no,
and,
no, no. It'll be just the five of us, really.
Yeah, just us.
Um,
All right.
I'll be able to bring my minion, I assume. Um, so I mean, if there's anybody that we can round up to go with us, maybe one or two of the lizard folk.
I think they're
Um,
busy. I think they are busy with they're
mhm,
def I can ask, but I think they're busy. They're knowing them, they're very neutral,
mhm,
net
mhm,
neutral on things. And unless it directly benefits them, I don't believe
mhm.
that they're going to stick their neck out for us for this
Nope.
until it gets to a point where there's a problem. It's like, oh, we actually have to deal with this.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
hasn't gotten to that point yet. So
they
No,
have
that's
their own thing. In fact, it was pointed out that Nick will have to do a favor for them about the same time that you
yeah.
guys go down to do that fight.
Yep.
Yeah, and
So
that
he's
actually
just
benefits us because he's got the knowledge, and he can, if worst case scenario, he can vamp out if our end goes bad. But he's at least in a place of safety, I assume. Um, so, yeah. I mean, if it's just the five of us, it's just the five of us. But
yeah.
I think that we've got it. And again, we can. Oh, excuse me.
Sorry,
We
no,
can
go ahead.
retcon and make healing one of the things that we do. Put some points
I
into.
I might out of character. Claire might be putting points in. I imagine she would during the training montage. She'll go, okay, where are our weaknesses? Where, because we have,
You are full
I
of
mean,
holes, as he has once put it.
yeah,
again, having more than one person have the ability to heal is
it's
not
not bad.
necessarily a bad idea either. Um, I've got the ability to heal myself, but I'm definitely more of a frontline fighter at this point. Um,
I'm
I'm
very
thinking.
support and information oriented. I don't
Hmm.
really.
Hmm.
I mean, there's no reason why I can't pick up more support abilities, which is
Hmm.
why I usually attack with Hex because I don't. She doesn't have any other attacks outside of that.
Well,
Hmm.
your hand claws do one damage wounding, by the way. So you
Yeah.
Hmm.
basically like you can razor blade people with your claw hands.
I mean,
Yeah. Um,
yeah,
I mean, I've got my beam. I can still throw my knife from a distance if I needed to. I've got the undead minion who can at least do some damage. I'm probably going to try to get stronger so that I can take a little bit more of a beating in a sense.
yeah,
Um, but I've also got the ability to defend myself and Derek and Dean. I mean, when we're standing there toe to toe dealing with Phidias,
hmm
and the three of you are a little bit more support. Obviously, Eddie can vamp in and vamp out with speed. So we've got a couple of things covered. Again, healing is definitely probably the one place that we should throw some attention. But I feel like we've got a lot of other stuff covered at this point.
All right.
Okay.
So, all right. So, are we as prepared as we are ever going to be to take on Phineas?
I think so. I think that this is it. I mean, 'cause again, there's nothing else for us to go up against, and whittle down to try to like, um, you know what I mean, to try to pull other allies in, and
Yeah.
we've neutralized everything else. We can only assume that he's got other tricks up his sleeve, but at least we know some of his fighting style, some of his ways that he's going to try to hurt us.
If he's
Um,
a demon and I have a weakness to light, is there any way that we can buy things that might either flashbang him or do holy damage, like video game terms?
mhm.
Like,
um,
can
yeah, I mean, maybe we could, I mean, trying to bring a generator and a giant spotlight in sounds a little bit crazy. Um,
yeah, I unfortunately don't
but
have the resources for like a flash grenade.
yeah, I mean, I could try to will something like that into existence, but I don't really
Uh,
want to mess with
I think that
with
Eddie
with a
could probably
grenade.
come up with something with Pathfinder. Pathfinder. Sorry.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm blanking on name.
Not
Oh,
songbird, but
Peacekeeper.
you have seen
peacekeeper.
names
Yeah.
today. Yeah, Peacekeeper. Now I got that one.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so if you can get on that, it just does like a ace in the hole kind of, oh shit, I need an extra moment really quickly distract him kind of thing.
And
Hmm.
assuming
Or
that we have
weaken
the
him.
resources to create like an improvised flash grenade.
That's not that hard. You could say that you run to Peacekeeper's place, and then like Peacekeeper and you could like kind of hastily assemble, uh, little like basically little flash bombs. Like
Yeah.
it won't be as powerful as a military grade like flash grenade, but there'll be like, homemade flash grenades, you know?
Well,
Also, if you guys
they
can, oh, sorry, you first.
We
if
got
they
all the
if
magnesium we want.
if they turn the lights out and we know that we can set something off that will hurt them in the dark, that we know it and they don't know it, and that's really what it comes down to: is how many tricks can we show up with to to circumvent all the tricks they're going to try to pull on us.
How can we turn the tide in our favor?
Also,
Mm-hmm.
could we have a code word when we're about to throw it? Because I'd like to close my eyes too, because it
Of
affects him.
course, yeah,
It'll affect me.
yeah. I mean, it's going to affect all of us if we're in the dark. Quite frankly, all of our eyes will be dilated and we'll all go blind. Um, so yeah, no. But again, because we can communicate, we can just say, and they won't be able to hear in our minds. We just say flash grenade, and someone throws a flash grenade in the air, and lights up the area. So it doesn't even have to be subversive because they can't hear. As far as we know, they can't hear inside of our minds.
Yep.
Um,
Just like
and if they can, then we can just say uh, pop, real easy, just pop, and the light goes off. We could also just get some really powerful mag lights. Um,
Go Home
you know,
I
Depot.
feel like I feel like flashlights were kind of weak then, from
they
my
probably
personal experience.
the
Like they didn't have these bright LEDs. They had these incandescent things with the, like 4D batteries.
yeah. Well, the cops actually had the really powerful police lights, police flashlights that they could. I think even at this time they could take the covers off and use as a momentary taser. Basically, they would just smash the bulb into you, and it would just tase you.
Geez, what? I'd never heard of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's something I heard a long time ago. Like if you ever see a cop with their flashlight partially disassembled, step back.
So,
Um, but again, that's really like pre taser um,
okay.
tech technology
Yeah, of
or like
course.
So you guys are grabbing,
readability. Yeah.
sorry, so you guys are grabbing flashlights, you're making flash grenades, um, and you're gathering up these kind of supplies. Okay, gotcha. I was
hmm
just, all right. What else is that it for prep? You got that's still a lot of prep, but I'm just checking in.
I think Claire's gonna wait. I think not wait, but she is going to tell her mom
But
right
not
before.
right before
Hmm?
she leaves, like
hmm
on the trip, or is she gonna do it after?
I mean, if I wait till there's a world where this goes to shit again,
Okay.
and this gets redone again.
All right. So
So
because it's getting close to the wire, here's what we're gonna do. Uh, we're gonna have Eddie. So Eddie and Derek finished up their crafting project. Eddie
hmm
then goes to Peacekeeper and starts working, making flash grenades and things. That's still gonna take time. Like they're gonna
hmm
spend time making things there. Derek, what are you doing with that time? And then we're gonna go do Claire real quick. Just what because Eddie's left to work with Peacekeeper.
I might just go with Eddie because at this point, other than getting some uh, more powerful flashlights, I can't really think of anything else.
Okay.
Um, and because of what I've said in the past, getting to hang out with Eddie is definitely not a bad thing in Derek's mind.
Okay.
Um, and I've never gotten to, well, although I'm not supposed to meet Peacekeeper, am I?
Well, no, no, no,
Uh,
no. Peacekeeper can you just let them know in advance. That's all.
yeah, I'm just going to, contact Peacekeeper and let them
Yeah.
know that Derek's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm gonna do
And
this as yeah.
I might be of use there to help, wish things into existence that they might need. So
Okay. So I'm
not
gonna
that.
do this as like a five cutscene shot, which is gonna be crazy. So okay. So cutscene one, you have Eddie and Derek pulling up to be well. I don't know. Eddie's gonna be there first. Are you gonna carry Derek? Is that
No,
gonna be?
no, we'll just walk in. We'll take the time.
Are you taking the time and just walking to
Yeah,
Peacekeeper's place? Okay.
yeah. We haven't done that in a bit.
So the first thing that Derek's never been here before. So you're actually like at an old auto like junkyard, like outside of town. That's where
Yeah.
Peacekeeper holds up. And so
hmm
shot number one is two heroes walk in with Peacekeeper who has their helmet on because they were known in advance and is in basically the lab helping you guys build things. Shot
hmm
two, Claire comes down the stairs to talk to her mother. So there's this like pan shot of her like coming down the stairs. I assume you're just gonna come down the stairs.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put? You're not gonna put the costume back on at that point. You're just gonna come down the stairs. I don't know.
Let your look speak for itself.
Yeah.
Like, let her go.
Might as well just rip this
What is going
Band-Aid
on?
off.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
come downstairs the way you look now. So that's gonna be the second shot. So the second shot is you coming down the stairs. Next shot, cut to these are all the other people and what's going on at this time. Nick looks out his window and sees a bunch of lizard people. Like not lizard people, but like people that look like park rangers and like oddly out of place. And they're like summoning him to go somewhere. So they're doing like a motion like you need to leave and go and do something. And he goes, everybody gets the message, of course, like I think they need me to follow them, so I'm gonna be out of contact for a little bit, but you can still contact me. I'm just gonna be busy.
hmm
So he
Good luck,
started.
buddy.
So it's him like coming down the stairs and meeting this weird group of people who are actually lizard people, taking him off somewhere. Shot number four. Shot number four. Richard Tatum, who's not Richard Tatum, sitting in his lab. And he's actually a Yithian, and he's just looking around his
my
lab
gosh.
and like digging through books.
Sorry.
And
I'm sorry, Uncle.
don't worry, your uncle's having the time of his life.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he
And
is.
he's just opening up books, and he's super excited to be here apparently, and he's just looking around, and he's having a great time. So that's the fourth one. The fifth one, you cut to, oh man, you cut to Zanzibar the Great, sitting with a book, and he's like writing stuff down, and he's thinking, and then he comes up with a thought, and you see him like take his hands and put them to his own head, and you see like a spark of energy shoot between his fingers. And then he looks like he doesn't know where he is for a moment, and then just goes back to reading a book.
Mm.
Now, unfortunately, I can't tell you what the context is, but I can tell you that when he did something, he looked like he was like unsure of what had happened. Like he was like looking around alert, and then he's like, "Oh, then I must have dozed off or something," and then continues to read a book, and that's the last shot he has there.
Oh, it's not foreboding at all.
And
No.
that is where I will leave it, because there's like literally 4 different major scenes all coming to an end there.
Can I do one last thing? So like
Sure.
as we're working at Peacekeeper's place, Derek's like, I really like this place. This feels really cool. I've always been kind of into mechanical stuff and fixing things, not quite the way that you are, Eddie. But then like as they're kind of, maybe Peacekeeper goes to do something, but as they're working together, Derek accidentally grabs Eddie's hand and holds it for a second, but then like realizes what he's doing and kind of like pulls back. Like, really sorry about that, but like you can kind of tell that he's not at the same time, and he's just being a little awkward. He's like, I hope you don't mind. Honestly, all this stuff going on, I really just want to tell you how I feel. I think you're really great, and I'm glad we're friends. But I don't know how you feel about this kind of stuff, but I like you more than just a friend.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
No, Eddie would be totally like taken aback, like very surprised. just completely dumbfounded, and say, "Well, I suppose I have plenty of time to think about it."
Yeah, just with everything going on with Claire, her being honest with her family, I just felt like I need to be honest with myself and and tell you if you're not into it, it's fine. 'Cause I'm gonna like you as a friend no matter what. But yeah, ever since I met you, I can't stop, just wanting to tell you that
Thank you.
you're beautiful and you're smart and you've really been a big part of me kind of changing, be wanting to be a better student and do more.
Right. Well, Eddie will like be like, "That's not like," and then he will set down what he's doing because he's just like in the middle of like building something, right?
He's in the middle of making a flash bomb. You
Yeah.
realize? Like,
And like he just
Mhm.
has to set it all down, and he's just like, "Can I give you a hug?"
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And he just hugs you and says, "Thank you for telling me."
Yeah, hey, thank you for yeah, thank you. And then like as they're releasing, I imagine like Peacekeeper like walks around the corridor, is like, oh yeah, here I found another one of those, and like kind of like
oh,
catches us,
uh,
like partially
uh,
catches us.
has
Out
like,
of,
oh, she almost like the peacekeeper is like the helmet was like kind of like this for a second, like it just puts it back,
Mhm,
like cartoony. It's like,
mhm.
okay, well, I can leave. I'm
We
sure
just
I've got some more coffee or something I got to work on.
yeah, coffee, more
Yeah,
coffee,
maybe I'll
Oh,
refill this.
and
you got that
and
you got that phosphorus element there? Can I see
Yeah,
that?
yeah. So,
and
didn't want to interrupt.
Derek just kind of blushes and kind of like side eyes Eddie with a little smile, like thank you for being cool about this.
And
Okay.
then I suppose that's it for the night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fade to black. Yep. All right. So the confession happens and it fades to black, and well, yeah, that'll be the end of today's session. Stick around, and I'm going to tell you something interesting about Zanzibar because the suspense is killing me not being able to tell
Ah,
you.
okay.
All right, and that's it for right now. All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Good session.
Yep.
Zanzibar's in